Yo, what's good, peoples? What's good? Welcome to KFL Tonight. Y'all know about KFL Tonight. I'm looking at this right now. I'm a little bit upset. We only got 6 people in here with us. Come on, KFL Tonight, baby. You know who's in it. You know who's running it. It's me. Let's do it. Y'all need to be in here and rocking with me. I messed up a little bit. I was just on the KBT broadcast, and I forgot to send some people some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I sent it to them a little late. You know what I'm saying? That was on me. I messed that up. So I'm gonna bring this guy on right real quick. He might be. Is he ready? Is he ready? Is he ready?
I'm ready, man. Of course, I'm always ready. But I get my jersey on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that was quick.
Gotta make a quick wardrobe change.
You make me feel bad because I didn't go make the wardrobe change.
Yeah, man. Come on, it's rival week, man. It's rival week here.
Hold on,
It's Warhawks versus Norfolk Privateers, baby.
Hold on, my internet's not good right now. Hold on, it's. I'm getting some snow right now. Who's this coming in? Is Juice coming in?
Juice.
Oh, Jigmaster's getting a little snow. It's Juice and Greg Nosar.
Alabama Hammers.
That's exactly right. Right.
What's going on, man?
Man, glad the week's over with. Excited for this week to get going, man.
Really, yeah, man. Let me see the jersey, man. Let's see the old KFL jersey. I don't think we've saw the Alabama here. Yeah, there you go.
Skills, red line.
Man.
You know, got of course, the Alabama flag.
Absolutely.
Got to have that on there.
Heck yeah, man. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Dude, I mean, now are you? Let's see. You're not fishing this event, right? It's going to be. Dan Perry, I think, is on your side, right?
Yeah, Dan Perry, Coley McGowan, John Lessman, and Lance Coley.
Boy, that's a strong lineup, man. Going to Carolina, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, we've been doing our homework, so hope it pays off.
Yeah, Randleman's an interesting lake, man. It's a good lake. It's an interesting lake. I fished it several times, and yeah, man, it's gonna be tough, especially after all the water and everything comes on.
All the water, the rain they're getting, it's gonna be rough for all the teams fishing.
Yeah, we're fishing Chesden, man. It's a river lake. It's kind of like Neely Henry, where you have Tennessee River. Oh, there he is.
I do. My bad. I went down. I got it back. It's back now.
I saw the wardrobe change, and then I was like, well, I got to put mine on.
Yeah. Well, Chesden's like the Coosa River, flowing into Neely Henry. You know what I mean? And you've got all that stuff. What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Lance? How you doing, bud? Man, we got the whole crew over here, man.
Live.
Partner in crime is here tonight
from the Elite Series. I'm here live, just filling in for KFL. Mark Zona just went to the restroom real quick, so I'm just gonna jump in his spot.
I hear you, man.
Tell
Mark I said hello.
And here we are. Yeah. How's everybody?
Hey, tell Mark if he shakes it more than once, he's playing with it.
I think that my friend Mr. Zona can shake it as many times as he'd like, my friend.
Yeah,
I mean he is Mark Zona. You're right.
That's right, exactly.
He is the Z-Man. He is the true Z-Man.
His voice carries like he shakes it a couple times, man.
Yeah,
he does, right?
He shakes everybody around him just by his voice, I believe.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Hold on.
The vibration of his voice definitely makes it tingle, man.
Yeah, that's from the next room over. I mean,
did you just say what I think you just said?
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's
it's like when you get by the base, the cars with the bass and stuff there, man, and like the whole freaking body shakes and stuff. That's exactly what his voice does to the man's dick.
So as soon as he said my partner in crime, he's like, I instantly regret this decision. Who gave this man a microphone, let alone access to a green screen?
Gosh,
man, told me about the green screen, man. It was you did this to me. I'm going to report live from everywhere around the world from here on out.
Hey, D-Day, I didn't tell you, and as well as you, Juice, I didn't let you guys know, as well as you, Mr. Bossman himself.
Bossman.
Yeah, Bossman himself. I didn't let you guys know, but we have some special guests. I mean, you already put out that Tyler's coming on, so we'll go ahead and bring Tyler on because you already put that out.
Man, first of all, Tyler, how you doing, man?
I'm all right. What up, Tyler? How about you?
I saw some things, man. You had some stuff hooked to you this week, man. Had some wires all hooked to you, man. That's not cool.
Yeah, no, man. I just went to hang out with the nurses, to be honest with you.
Hey,
that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, how cute are they though, Tyler? Give us on a scale of 1 to 10. What you got?
Well, I give it an 8 out of 2. 8,
Oh,
9.
You had
And
way
10.
better looking nurses. Like, see,
dude.
my nurses
Oh, I
went
lucked
to the
out.
hospital
I
like
lucked
they
out.
looked like Jigmaster.
Hey, what was it?
Like, it took the fun right out of sponge bass, man. I'm like Robert walk in and be like, Mr. McWhorter, I'm here for your sponge bass.
Oh my
I'm
god!
like, Mr. McWhorter.
You took
My time's up.
Oh, man.
D-Day. You took my thunder. I was about to be like, "Hey Tyler, what was his name?" But you took my thunder, bro. Like, come on, man.
I'm here for comic relief.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll should be fine anyway. No, I just blood pressure issues, but it'll be all right.
There you go. He's back. Maybe he's back.
I'm
Let me
all
see. Let me see. Let me see.
Gotta relax.
I know
man.
you all right. You always all right, bro. Look at that beard. That beard is too nice not to be all right. Look at that shit.
You know,
You're the second person this week to compliment my beard. I appreciate it.
It's good.
Yeah, hey, that means you should.
It needs a little more character in it.
That means you should cash at me $1 million. That's exactly what that means. I don't know if Cash App can handle that amount, but
I doubt it.
We have to ask, man, how are things going? It looks like you guys are breaking all sorts of viewing records on Pride Outdoor Network, man. It looks like, we're so excited about the partnership we've had, man, but it looks like you guys are just blowing it out of the water, man.
Yeah, everything's booming as far as the viewership goes. I mean, with our show and with Pride Outdoor Network, it just seems, the past couple of months, we've done a whole lot more to push out awareness of the network and our show and everything else, and done some really crazy shit, to be honest with you. So that's definitely drawn some additional attention, and it's helped us in the long run. I made some risky moves that I thought may actually do more damage than good, that ended up just blowing things out of the water. So evidently people like it when you don't talk with the filter. And so I mean, everything's going real well.
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about welcome to Thunderdome.
Have you met myself and D-Day?
Welcome to Thunderdome.
Right. Tyler, I mean, people are we had a lot of people question the numbers, man. When we started announcing there's over 40,000 people watching live on, Roku and Amazon, tell the people that's not a lie. That's the truth. That's the numbers coming through, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's any given view within that time frame. So that's the total number of views when I give you all the numbers. So if you broadcast for an hour and a half, that's the total number of views during that. The live stream on the network does really, really well. I mean, we do really, really well on-demand content viewing, but the live stream, whether people are paying attention to it or not, I can't tell you that. All I can tell you is that there's a device logged in and the stream is playing and they're watching it during that time frame.
That's right. That's like ratings,
that's all I need.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd say a lot of people they love that live stream because you can just turn it on and let it roll.
Yep.
You can just turn it on and let it roll. So, I mean, you got to think too, there's already people watching that live stream 24/7. And so, I mean, there's already people tuned in who didn't know anything about KFL. It just happened to come on while they had it streaming. So that's kind of the benefit of being on the network is there's already viewers there. You don't have to pull them in. You're going to find a lot of new people watching it and being more aware of it and stuff.
And you know what's even better than that, Tyler, is when those people who are on the live stream and KFL turns on, they get to see Jigmaster and D-Day on there, and we keep them in there. We keep them there. We keep them locked.
Right.
I talked to Tyler earlier. He was like, "Hey man, we still good for tonight?" I was like, "Yeah man, we still good for tonight, but don't be no beesh." I was like, you talked to me earlier in the week. You better come with it, Tyler.
I just want to know, and this is one of the cool things about Pride, and it's like you can't really fudge the numbers. You can't do anything crazy on it. It's like that metadata exists now because of technology. We can watch the stream both ways. And so it's like when we actually get on there, we start streaming live and we can see these numbers feed back into what's going on. It's like you have to wonder, Jigmaster, like when we get on there and we start doing like our live Saturday afternoons right in the middle of the KFL, you got to wonder what kind of spike downwards the network has.
Yeah, I mean it's probably a pretty good. It's probably a pretty good downward spike.
Like the fourth year's drive.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's such a train wreck. You have to watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of train though? What kind of train?
Yeah.
Are we talking about locomotive or are we talking about like the bullet train?
Any kind of train.
I have the gift of the train. I'll send it to you. That's
speaking of train wrecks. Mr.
Oh.
Brian Whitehouse, people. Mr. Rays himself is here with us.
My man, Brian, what's up,
Speaking
buddy?
of train wrecks, that's bad.
Three
Man,
more
I was a
days.
quarter inch away from getting from some of this man's sunglasses a few weeks back.
What was that, Brian?
4 more days and I'll possibly be a big train wreck.
Oh yeah.
4 more days and he'll be a big train wreck. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
in case
And
you
I'll get
missed
to
that,
watch.
that's
I'll
good
get to
news.
watch that live. I'll probably maybe do some video recording live when that happens.
Mm. Mhm,
I'm getting ready to drive up to Michigan from Colorado here tomorrow morning. So
Hey, Brian, I don't know who you are, man, but those are some mighty spiffy shades you got on right there.
you know what? Hey, these aren't even out yet. I've been testing these guys.
Oh, those
Hold
are
on.
these are like the Snoop Dogg Huggy Bear glasses. Are like I know some people.
Hey, yeah, well, me and
Rob.
Juice want you to know that's some bullshit because we should have been some of the testers for that
For
right
real.
there.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's-
saying.
None of your glasses.
Hey, I'm
Look.
bringing up all the kayakers to test this week.
Like I ain't got no kayak.
Not-
Well,
obviously, first off,
Yeah, I mean,
first off,
Jigmaster ain't got no. We ain't got no raised glasses.
you know,
How we supposed to talk about
Jigmaster
these
and
things?
Jigmaster
Well,
and D-Day got kayaks, but no raised glasses. What
For
the
real.
hell?
I fish out of a 55-gallon drum. Apparently,
I know you fish out of a 55-gallon half drunk, bro. Half drunk.
half
yeah,
drunk.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's cut in half, and then
Because
like,
it's sit on
really-
top. It's half drunk.
The other,
I
the other half
fished
is
with
what we
Juice
feed the
twice.
bum camp out of.
I have literally fished with
Real
Juice
going.
twice, and both times he sank his boat. So it's definitely a 50.
My man
Not
has
worth-
some equipment.
What the hell?
You gotta
Hey.
give him a pair of swimmies to keep in the back. You know,
It's a joke.
Hey, people, when I told you guys that this Pick'em show was going to be ridiculous, look at my
There you
panel.
go.
So
Yeah.
Greg,
Look at my
I
panel.
gotta know, man.
Yeah, man.
You guys keep inviting me on here all the time. How come I don't get one of these badass backgrounds like Lance has got?
I don't even have a badass
He looks like
background.
Well, nobody
he's
had
a
backgrounds
right
like
I
now.
just
I don't have
like
that.
You obviously missed the first part of the show while you was picking out your
Yeah.
G Money raised glass.
First off,
But
first
I'm
you
out
need to
here-
understand.
I'm out here with my man Zona. And
D-Day,
I
let me answer
bumped
this.
him off his set so I could come up here with KFL and do these picks.
Hey, D-Day,
for raised.
D-Day, I got you. Let me answer this. That is D-Day right there. Nobody gets that background but D-Day. All right?
That's right.
Nah,
right.
man,
I'm
you
Frick.
guys-
I'm
you guys
Frick.
ain't ready
He's
for-
Frack. Okay, D-Day has his own thing. All right?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Well, boys, let's get to the pick 'em, man. That's what we came here to do, right? Let's get
Oh,
to it, man. Shall I show the schedule?
You already
Are we
got it?
gonna-
You good? You got
I'm
it?
good. I've got
Okay,
it.
go ahead. Do it.
Are we gonna? Okay, so the question is, are we gonna do it with spread or with no spread?
No, I want the spread. I want the spread. I want
Okay.
the spread, sir.
You want the
Give me
spread,
all
sir.
the inches
All right.
you can.
Now wait. But with the spread, you're going to have to explain this to.
I
Non-betting types.
Googled it.
If it's
so I can-
minus, it means
Do I-
that's good, right?
You're
I
a
already
grown man,
understood
you don't
it.
know what the spread
minus
is.
means you're favored.
Okay.
I understood it, and I Googled it so I can explain it to everyone tonight. Just to
I
make
will be
sure I was
happy to explain
right.
it. If you guys need a little education in Vegas style odds and all that stuff, be happy to do that.
No,
for
we're
you
gonna
guys.
let Tyler explain it. Tyler
No,
said he was
hell
coming
no.
with the. No, he said he
No,
was
I'm
coming with the
Googling it.
juice tonight. Not Tyler. What the?
I don't bet, man. I'm not a betting man.
That's
What
okay.
Fudge.
I don't bet.
That's
Sickles.
I
okay.
don't bet at all.
I thought everybody had like a monthly budget for gambling. Is that not the thing?
Yeah, I mean,
It is true.
No.
you got an
No.
envelope for fishing, an envelope for gambling, and then the rest of your bills. So
And it's like,
No.
I'm sorry, man. Like some of us actually fish tournaments for a living. We do
First
not.
off, first
does
off,
not
Brian.
That is a
At all.
gambling
First off-
budget.
First off, Brian. Obviously, Mrs. Ray's is nowhere to be found when you said that.
No, you want to know what Mr. Ray's is doing?
Yeah, what is Mrs. Ray's doing?
She's gonna get mad at me.
better be cooking dinner.
All right,
She was out. You better make sure she's decent.
here let's go ahead and put him up right here.
Oh, shit.
Cleaning.
Oh,
Cleaning.
snap!
Man.
Hey, he got Mrs. Ray's cleaning. People, hey, take notes.
Oh,
Take notes.
man.
Take
Wow.
notes. That is some manly man shit. That's what happens in KFL. Hey, if you fish KFL, you have your wives and significant others cleaning while you doing random nothings.
You know what? She's up there cleaning because she don't want to come home to a messy house because we're about to be gone for 12 days on the
Oh,
road.
okay.
And
That's fair.
That is fair.
We just went through that before.
Hey, Greg. Right
Yes,
before
sir.
right before we get into this, I want to take 2 seconds to say this. We got a good number of people watching us. Hey, man, everybody rocking with us right now. All 29 of you on Facebook, probably more on the other platform.
Yep.
Hit that share button, hit that like button, get this thing out. We're going to be talking a lot about our great sponsors, which is Ray's Eyewear, best glasses I've found. I got Ray's Eyewear made me get rid of my glasses sponsor. It happened. So I'm in the market right now, Brian. I'm in the market. I'm poor. I need an employer right now.
You're gonna have to be persuasive.
Exactly.
Can't catch me at the downturn of the season, man. We're trying to shed weight now.
and then we want to put it out there for everyone to understand. Pride Outdoor Network. If you're into outdoor things, you're into hunting, fishing, hiking, people who go out just to go outside with a big stick and want to whack them against trees, whatever. It's all on Pride Outdoor Network.
Conspiracy theorists, porn, everything. It's all good.
Porn.
Hey, hold on. Hey,
Look who we have.
I just bleeped.
See, I caught your
If you missed
attention,
it-
didn't I?
I was
If
told
you
that
missed it,
article
I
was
bleeped
wrong.
that. If you missed it, I bleeped that. He didn't say what he said. I bleeped it.
Oh man,
Mr. Toddy P is with us.
like
What's up,
on
TP?
cue, as soon as the porno call comes out, here's TP.
I know.
Man. My man in the truck, with his headset, like the streaming porn as he's flying
He's
down
got
the
that
road.
crystal
Like,
ball.
running
He's got that
cameras.
crystal ball back there in that bed back there in the back of that truck, man. You never know what goes on back there.
Jesus, people, Jesus!
Oh, yeah.
I should have not have
Don't
invited
put
these.
a black light in that van.
Yeah.
Ever.
I should not have invited these people on board tonight. What was I
Exactly.
thinking? If you're
It
just
was at
tuning
that
in,
moment the jig master.
all of you need to get your beverages, because if
Of
you
choice.
haven't noticed already, in the first 18 minutes, this is going to be a crazy pick'em show.
Yes.
Hey, Corey, can you make me one?
Holy shit! Who is this guy?
Oh my
How
god.
are you alive?
Brian, you're winning.
God,
You're
and
winning.
you're lucky you're not dead.
You're
Yeah,
winning
big
life
balls.
right now.
I mean, big balls.
Monster.
Hey,
I
Brandy.
Or get more beer right now. Man,
Not
I
only
think
that,
that's
but
what-
we've had our busiest week ever, and she packed every single box. And made
That's
every game
awesome,
close.
dude.
We got it all out
Jesus,
today.
Jesus,
Yeah.
H in Christ. Hey, Brandy, can you
Praying for
fix me
Brian.
another
You
drink?
was like, you're right. Like, Michael, what's up, dude?
Brian
Brian.
just said, Corey, fix me a drink. So, Brandy, you need to fix me a drink right now. I know I got a drink, but you need to fix me another drink.
Oh my god.
And that lady on TikTok being like, I get you the Ripstone, man.
Yeah.
did.
I'm probably gonna die tonight.
All right, boys, let's get right into it, man. Let's go to the first matchup here, gentlemen. We've got West Virginia traveling their first away game to going to Indianapolis Knights. Their home game, 5.5 point favorite goes to Indianapolis Knights, guys. West
What
Virginia
lake?
2-0.
What
and
lakes are-
this is Lake Monotau, I think it's called Monotau or something like that. Manitou, something like that. Yeah, Manitou.
Like a manatee, but different.
Yeah, Manitou. And West Virginia is 2-0. Indianapolis Knights are 0-2. Guys, what is your thoughts?
Hey,
5.5
before we get into
points.
the thoughts, Greg, West Virginia 2-0. Which are they in the Northern
North.
Conference or the Southern
North.
Conference?
They are in the North.
So,
Yep.
who's leading the Northern Conference right now?
It would be West Virginia. West
Yeah,
Virginia
that was
and they are with West Virginia and Motor City Ambassadors are
I can pull
2-0.
it up.
Yep.
Because we
Motor
need to
City
know
Ambassadors.
who's got the biggest spread right now. Who's actually the number one seed with the biggest spread?
Gotta
I
be
would
West
say
Virginia.
it's got to
West
be
Virginia.
West Virginia. It's
It
got to
is
be
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
West
then
Virginia is the overall number one then.
they are overall number
Northern.
one.
Okay.
And here's the thing, too. If they happen to get the W this weekend, they go travel next week back to Detroit and take on Motor City Ambassadors, and that will be for first place. So that they have a lot going on here. But 5.5 points, guys. West Virginia is on the road. This is their first road game. Let's start with Brian. Who do you have, bro?
Hey Brian, I'm gonna help you out before you get started.
You know what?
He's not giving anything away tonight, people, so he don't get in trouble with Mrs. Ray. More in trouble he's gonna already get in with trouble.
Right? That's right.
I don't know if it could get any worse.
No.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead,
What,
D-Dub.
Who was the last team that West Virginia beat?
That would be us.
Yeah, that
It
would
was
be
28 nothing.
Oh,
Hey Brian, let me put it out there for you. That was on West Virginia home waters as well. West Virginia home waters, they beat them 28-0. 2 fish to 0 fish. Scoreable fish.
Oh man! All right,
Yeah, it was.
I'm gonna stop.
It was.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go Indy.
Very good.
I'm gonna go Indy.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm very. Indy is not a bad
They
pick.
had too good of a show against Detroit. They need a W.
Yeah,
And
They
I
put
have
on a real
feeling
good
that
show
it's
against
gonna take
Detroit.
More than 28 to beat them.
I would hope so. I would hope so for sure. All right, Jigmaster, who do you got, bud?
Lock it in.
Who do I got, man? I mean, I need Indy to beat them because no, I think I'm in. Are we in the South? I'm in
You're
the
in the
South,
South.
right?
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
South.
Oh. All right. I mean,
do you know where you live?
I mean, I live very
Virginia,
close to,
aren't you?
I live very close to the Mason-Dixon line, and I live in Virginia. And I'm from the actual South, where Southern things happen, and I live in Virginia. So, I mean, no disrespect to my Virginia people who's watching.
Hey,
This ain't the South.
hey, hold, time out. Let me give you a little history. Okay.
All right.
Let me give you a little history.
Hey, pause from the pick'em. We getting history lesson from Greg Nosar.
Here's the history. You know what the Confederacy of the South was? The capital of the South before it was the South. You know what city that was?
I do.
What was it?
It's
I
Richmond.
do.
Richmond, Virginia.
I get it.
North
Who's
Carolina.
whispering? Stop whispering answers. He asked me, people.
Virginia.
He asked the black man, the only black man in the show right now. He asked the black man. I was supposed to be the one to say, hey, it was Richmond, Virginia. Thank you, D-Day.
That's right. That's right.
Like
Thank you,
history lessons is like, why is West Virginia even a thing?
Cousins.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for the people that actually went to social studies in 7th grade.
No,
I'm pretty sure I was high through most of it. And even I remember.
It's because of sister
I mean
cousins.
like high on life. Like
Yeah.
It's because of
Nancy
sister
Reagan
cousins.
back then, not drugs.
Right.
Somebody
But
tell me
anyway,
it's because of
that's your
sister
little history
cousins.
lesson. As far as I know, the Mason-Dixon line is the Maryland-Pennsylvania border.
Virginia.
Yeah. Which makes Virginia and a lot of other places the South. But I live in Virginia. Bro.
Brian is dead. He's gone.
Listen,
He's gone.
if you don't think Virginia is the South, I'm going to take you to a place called Abington or the southwestern side of Virginia. And I'm going to tell you, it is South.
Yeah.
It is moonshine country, South, back roads. You better bring a gun.
So
because they will absolutely tear you apart.
Greg Nosar, what I'm telling you is, hey, Blake Knight, don't worry about what this got to do with picks. I said with this panel, it was going to be a crazy show tonight. Y'all rocking with us, y'all watching, right? You shared it. I got a lot of likes, so deal with it. All right, man. It's the South. Hey, Tyler, what did I say to you? I said you better bring it tonight.
Yeah.
I said you better bring it tonight. All right.
Yeah.
Happy you're here, bro. I'm very happy
Yeah,
you're here.
man.
Just taking it a different place. I'm very happy you're here, man. Seriously.
Thank you. I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Y'all are cracking me up.
Are we? Maybe I should
You
go.
gotta bring
Tyler, I haven't had a chance to say it, but Pride Outdoor rocks, buddy.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
100% rocks.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
rock even more when they get KFL into the what's it called? The when you could pull up the old shows.
Like
What's
On demand.
On demand.
on demand? Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew somebody bring that shit up. I finished that right before the broadcast.
Oh, did you? Hey,
Is it
good
on?
shit.
On
Good
there?
Shit.
It's on.
Hey, that
It's
boy
not
is on his.
on.
That
I've
boy's
been
on his
spending the
P's and
last few weeks-
Q's.
It'll be on in about 2 hours.
Oh,
been,
I'm super stoked.
Excuse me while I get another beer.
Hey,
Like,
there
I've
you
been
go.
telling my mom that I was on TV, and she's like,
Liar.
"Man, you ain't on TV." I look,
Bro,
it's like,
same
you suck
thing.
again, and I was like, "Man," so now like my mom thinks I'm a liar.
Same thing. I told my mom the same thing. I'm on TV. Go to Pride Outdoor Network. You'll see
Right.
my face. Find it. And she was like, I don't see nothing about no KFL.
Nothing.
You just
She's like,
gonna
there ain't
ask
no
me.
Big Master on there, ain't no Lance on there, ain't no DJ, nobody. The only thing I can find on Pride Outdoors is this dude named Tyler and Ray's sunglasses.
Exactly. Exactly. And she was like, my mom was like, if we was playing spades, you be reneging right now.
Yeah,
That's right, man.
Big,
I saw some guy, I swear to God, hunting a jack-o'-lantern. A jackalope,
Bro.
whatever it is.
It's like
It was
that-
awesome though.
Oh, Tyler,
Hey, I ain't gonna
Tyler,
lie.
we got to get you hooked up, buddy.
Did
Oh,
you all
that's
see me
cool.
get tased?
We
Did you all
Hey,
see
yes.
that tased
Oh.
challenge we did?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I tell you what,
So I'm wondering.
I tell you what, I watched that dude hunting that jack-o'-lantern like I watched Swamp People, which is the same episode every night.
It is.
I watched it just like it was new. Every night, Swamp People was the same, exactly the same.
Jig Master. I'm gonna go back to my first original question.
What's
West Virginia or Indianapolis?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we supposed to be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Making picks.
That was my.
Yeah,
I
that's a
have
long
that
road we
effect on
just
people.
traveled
I
for that
just
pick.
like shift.
I'm
the
sorry.
entire conversation south.
So what I wanted for that pick is that I was very impressed with Indy on their matchup last week.
Yeah, that was a great matchup.
Yeah, I was very impressed with them. No disrespect to anybody on Indy's team, but I didn't expect that from Indy. I really didn't.
Especially
And
away.
please believe it's not no disrespect. So I'm picking Indy in this one. I am. They showed me some shit last week. Last week, man, and I'm picking Indy to win this one.
For sure.
By what was the spread? Let me look. What was the
5.5.
5.5.
5.5?
Now,
Yeah,
see,
they'll cover.
are these spreads are in inches?
They are in inches. Yep. Yep. Juice, who do you got, bud?
Oh, well, another history lesson for you guys.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Indianapolis and West Virginia, they tied up before. We'll see how this one goes, but I just got to believe Indianapolis on home water is completely different from what West Virginia had them on a few weeks ago. I think it's going to fish totally different, and I just really believe Indianapolis shouldn't have any problems taking care of West Virginia.
D-Day.
Oh shit!
Man, this is a tough one. I just think, man, they're on it. They're on a roll. They're ready. I'm gonna go West Virginia by 7.5.
Wow.
Oh, so West Virginia. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's it. They got it.
Wow. Okay. Todd.
Indianapolis is very good. They showed it last week. They went up to when they went to Detroit. They got beat out on home waters there by about 5 inches. It's kind of what I expected, but I'm going to go Indianapolis on their home waters. They protect home waters and they compete and they get on winning track.
All right, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm going Indy. I mean, home waters just
They didn't
does
really
it
go
all
to
for me.
Detroit. They were in Alpena. That's like up here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, no,
That's
home
like
waters,
up here.
man. I mean, as an angler, it's all about home waters,
I
in
got
my
history
opinion.
lessons, too.
Sure. Let me
It's a
drop
huge advantage.
Let me drop some nuggets on you guys, okay? So we had a little firsthand knowledge of what West Virginia is all about. West Virginia has an extremely loyal fan base where they're at. And they were very welcoming, for us
They
when we got
definitely
there
have
and
that.
fished. But they made it quite clear they did not like us. I mean, they love, and I loved it because, I mean, they were 100%, all about. I mean, we ran into so many people that knew about what's going on with the KFL. West Virginia did an amazing job getting the community involved in what's going on. It was fabulous. I will tell you,
They're
The
a team
talk-
on fire, man. I'm telling
The
you.
talk of the town was not
They welcomed
Washington.
you in under a
Hawks.
giant wiener.
We were under a giant wiener. The talk of the town was not about us playing. You know what the talk of the town was? About the Indianapolis forfeit.
Right.
There was bad blood, and I mean that was a very talk. I mean, I'm just dropping truth on you guys. There was a decision that was made, obviously, and there was two sides to the story. When Indianapolis first went to West Virginia, and they did not play that game, people were not happy about that.
I gotta get yelled at, people. So
I'm telling you, and listen, the fans there will never forget it. West Virginia is now going up to Indianapolis with that in back of their head, about that forfeit. They did win that match by forfeit, but they didn't want to win that way. I can tell you straight up that route. Also, Indianapolis, their home lake, really only one angler, and that's Mike Elsey, really has experience on that lake. All the other guys, they've never really fished that lake. They fished it for the first time, I believe, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And, they all went up there and pre-practice, had a great pre-practice, but they're pretty inexperienced with it. I think West Virginia has a shot at this. I think at the end of the day, I think Indianapolis has just a little bit better knowledge on lakes than this is not river fishing. I think Indianapolis beats them, but I believe that this is going to be a really, really tight matchup, and you might see just a couple inches between the two. But Indianapolis needs this one. They cannot go 0-3.
No.
So, all right. Moving to the next.
Indianapolis' team is way too good to go 0-3. I don't think I can't see it happening.
Agreed. All right. Let's see here. Let me do this. All right. To the next matchup, guys. Next matchup. What a great matchup this is. Florida Copperheads are actually favored on the road by 4.5 against Carolina Casters. They're fishing Randleman Reservoir, or Randleman Lake in North Carolina. And guys, we just had a big storm that just rolled through. It's actually rolling through right now, dumping a ton of rain on these lakes. But Florida Copperheads leaving Florida, coming over to Carolina, and Florida Copperheads are the favorite here, guys. What do you think? Jigmaster, we'll start with you, buddy.
Robert, you're on mute.
Let me unmute him. Oh, their mic isn't connected. All right, Juice, let's start with you, buddy.
I'm here.
There we go.
There you go.
I don't know if I agree with these odds, and only because when it came to this one, the Copperheads are at the Casters, correct?
Correct.
And the Copperheads are starting Matthew Kasprick, Thomas Wooding, Conrad Benetti. I don't know who their fourth is. I'm looking at the starting lineup right now. It's Sherman Bishop. Okay. Yep. And the Casters are starting Stephen Bell, Eric Nelson, Henry Vijon, and Arlene Minton.
Yep.
Listen, man, Randleman is not a lake that in the summertime you can just show up to and whack them.
Right.
It is definitely not.
Correct.
And right now the odds. I'm not a part of the odds, people. Understand, Jigmaster is not a part of the odds. The odds have the Copperheads as favorites. And it's probably because people understand who the players are on the Copperheads and don't know who the players are on the Casters. I'm telling you right now, the Casters are going to whip that ass. And it's not going to be close.
Fair enough, man.
It's literally not going to be close. It's going to be more than 40 inches.
Wow. That is saying something, man. My goodness gracious.
In the summertime on Randleman,
yeah,
it's going to be more than 40 inches. And the Casters,
side action on this one, bro.
That's going to be, yeah.
The Casters are going to win.
Sherman says we have Randleman handled.
I'm going with the Casters. Going with the Casters.
My goodness.
I'm sorry. I rock with a lot of you Copperheads. I'm going with the Casters.
Juice.
Oh, look, like you said, a ton of rain. It went through Florida. Now it's going through the Carolinas. My team, the Alabama Hammers, they're up there fishing this weekend, so I know it's going to be a tough place to fish. Blake Knight hinted about it a minute ago. Florida, outside of Florida, we don't really know yet. I mean, of course, those guys down there are sticks. I mean, hands down, they are.
Mm-hmm.
outside of Florida, you know, I think we as a public have a lot to learn about Florida outside of Florida.
Well, you guys knew about it firsthand experience, man. They came to your house and you put, I wouldn't say a beat down, but you took care of business at home.
Hey, Tyler, did you see what Greg just did?
No,
Greg
what I missed?
Greg just laid the smackdown on Juice, man. Like, hey, you picking the other team, but you learned about what Florida can do outside of Florida when they beat the shit out of y'all.
No. I didn't say he didn't pick a team yet.
No, I haven't picked it.
No, I just said he has experience
obvious.
firsthand about what Florida was like outside.
It's
Florida.
obvious where he's going with it. It's obvious where he's going with it.
No. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible here.
Okay, I was unbiased
My
too.
honest opinion is that
Copperhead's getting their ass whooped.
Eric Nelson, those guys. I don't think it's going to be as close as 4.5. And I kind of have to go with Robert. I think it's going to be closer to a blowout than it will be.
Oh,
I really do. I think Carolina can put it on them.
Dude, Randleman. First, I know it's not my turn. Randleman is not an easy lake. Period.
it's not.
No. I've done a ton. We've done a ton of research on this place, and man, it's not going to fish very
Tough luck.
forgiving.
Hey, you talking about Randleman in the summer, and then you talking about Randleman in the summer after a rainstorm.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take local knowledge, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to think about this. Never mind. You know, what? I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna mute
D-Day.
myself. Muting
All
myself.
right, man. I'm gonna go with the flow on this one, man. I'm gonna go Florida by. I'm gonna go by 17. I originally wrote down 22. I'm gonna go Florida by 17.
Florida by a blowout.
The water's gonna be up. It's
I
gonna be.
thought you said you were going with the flow.
This is the flow of the water, man.
Flow of the odds.
That's like going against the grain.
Be like water. So we're going up in the trees. We're going up. Water's high. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're fishing in backyards at this point.
This is where Florida fishes. Florida fishes in 4-foot flats across the whole world.
Yeah.
You get those fish up there in that shallow water, up in the brush, up in the grass, up in the crap. That's where Florida excels. I mean, I just think that this is going to be one of those bodies of water, and the weather, the timing, all is right. I think this is going to be one that's going to be kind of a little bit of an upset for them. I think it's going to be a good spot, a good lake for them,
And they need it.
I think it's going to suit their fishing styles with what's going on out in that region, right?
I think
So I'm
Florida's
going
gonna
to go with Florida by 17, and
Wow,
I don't think 17 is a blowout. Like I really don't.
Yeah,
Florida might catch.
according to the odds, it's a blowout.
Not on 10 fish. No.
Odds, whatever. Yeah, it's
Florida might catch 4 fish. They may catch 4 fish.
Wow. Oh, yeah, it's all good, man. I mean, that's like you guys just experienced that down at Sam Rayburn. You know what I mean, very similar conditions.
totally different style of fishing. That water gets up and all bets are off. This is going to be up close, personal, 8 feet of line out fishing. It's going to be a bruiser.
Nice,
Hey,
Tyler.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a blowout in any direction. I think it's going to be, I'm telling you, man, with fresh water, it all depends on how hard the fresh water hits and how fast going into that lake from the rain. I mean, I agree with Florida knowing how to fish those 8-foot flats like crazy and up in the marsh and stuff. That's what they do. That's inland fishing down there. But the problem is I don't think those fish are going to move that quick. I don't know what the weather's been like there. I'm sure it's been hot as hell like it has been here on that reservoir. I don't know. I think it's going to be
fresh
super
water,
tight.
fresh food, fresh cut like Rayburn.
Yeah, but that's one thing. Hey, D-Day, think about this. Rayburn's probably mostly run by Florida strain fish.
Oh yeah, totally. And they were in the canopies, man.
What's the main?
Were in the canopies. They were up there.
What's the main in Randleman? Do you know? Is it Florida strain or Northern strain?
Kentucky strain.
Spots, I'll bet.
It's Kentucky strain.
No. Greg, shut the hell up. I know it's not I know it's not Florida strain.
Well, you
Greg
asked.
Greg just told. I asked him, not you. Greg just told you it's Kentucky strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be tough. If it's Kentucky,
Okay.
it's
Food up there, man. Fresh food. All them.
I mean, it's gonna come down to I mean, it's going to come down to tooth and nail on that one. That's my prediction. I don't know.
Okay.
I hate to call it. I hate to call it either way. To be honest with you, if I had to, I'd give Florida the advantage simply because of the conditions. But it's going to be. I think it's going to be right down to the end. They're going to be fishing till poles down, just praying for the next bite. That's my opinion.
Okay.
All right, Brian.
All right.
I'll be the black sheep. I don't care.
No, you're not being the black sheep. I
All
like it.
opinions
I like
matter.
it. That was actually a pretty good breakdown. I like it. I rocks with it. Brian, did you just go? Hold on, before you say anything, did you just go get beat by Mrs. Ray?
No.
Listen,
You went away for a while. Now you're like way away. You're like out in the front yard,
he's like, no, here she is mowing the lawn.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one.
This episode is dedicated to Brian Whitehouse.
Here she is cleaning my boat.
After
Did you see
doing
her
a video
in the
of his
car?
wife
Oh my
mowing
god.
the lawn.
He calls his wife the help.
The help for real. Yeah. She got her like one of those little French maid outfits, like holding your sock, like on
The
live
nanny.
stream. Look, Team Rays, bro. Yo, next day, 19 inches or more, gets a free set of Rays glasses. Like,
Hey Brian, I'm sorry you got to deal with these people. Y'all be quiet, let Brian
It's-
talk. All right.
So she's detailing the car now.
man. Oh,
Oh my
I was
god.
on the boat.
You can see it.
Oh my gosh,
Hey, hey,
Holy
hey,
off the internet
hey,
right
hey,
now
Brian.
and go love that woman. Like,
hey,
somebody else has done it.
nah,
Like your
nah,
neighbors
D-Day.
do.
nah,
I
D-Day.
did get one of these.
You being nice right now. Brian, I need to understand. You need to teach us all. Teach
Yeah.
us.
Man, I don't want
There's
that
only
back.
one of those things going
Teach
on,
us.
man. She's on LSD, or you are one amazing
This is
husband.
gonna be one of those murder shows.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah,
There's something we
nah.
don't know. There is
No,
something
what
we
we
don't
what we
know.
don't know is that Brian is blessed. He's
You can't
blessed.
teach size.
He's got Brian
Like-
has 3 legs.
Dude, like
He has
my
3
wife
legs.
is watching this
Justin says,
and
Justin says she's the employee of the month.
She's like, all right,
Yes.
like you're
Yes, employee of the month, right
she's
there.
employee of the month, man.
Holy,
Everybody.
holy
All right, that's it.
fudgesicle! What
God,
the
you're
hell
dead,
is happening?
My God.
Todd,
So
Todd, you got your head down. You're not paying attention.
Yeah,
you need
for
to
real.
listen. to
Todd's driving, man. Wake up.
I'm paying
this.
attention.
Todd, you
Oh
I'm
man,
paying,
you
I'm paying
gotta
attention.
pay attention.
I'm doing
you did not
research on
pay
this
attention.
lake.
What just you not pay attention.
I
what's
got.
going
Hold on.
down.
I got this.
You got this. All right, everybody,
Famous
shut up.
last word.
Everybody, shut up. Brian's got the
Yeah,
floor.
Brian's here.
Brian's got the
I've
floor.
I've
It
got
sounds all him.
inside information. I called Matt Kasparek today. Had a little chat with him. Him and Conrad were driving up, and I asked what they thought, and they both said they really wanted to win. So we're gonna go with the Copperheads.
I'm assuming that had
But
nothing
what's
to
the
do with
spread?
the fact. I'm assuming that had nothing to do with the fact you sponsor a couple of Copperheads.
Conflict of interest.
Nothing to do with that,
we
right?
don't do that here.
We're doing the spread. So what's the spread?
Spread. The spread's 4.5.
4.5.
Copperhead's 4.5.
Yeah.
Copperhead's 4.5.
Yeah, they got 4.5.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, we're gonna
They
keep
got
moving
4.5.
because we've only made it through 2 and it's been
I know,
44
but we gotta
minutes.
roll. God.
Gotta go, man. Like me and Jigmaster got a show in like 15 minutes.
I know.
Yeah,
we gotta go.
yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna take this one over.
So, Copperhead, you got it, Brian. Copperhead's covering the spread. Who was
Mark
next,
it.
Greg? Todd. Todd hasn't said who he thought.
Todd's sleeping on the road.
I think that obviously, I don't know if you guys know, this lake's like really young. This lake actually just opened in March of 2006. I think there's going to be a lot of. I think the water's going to affect this lake a lot. The influx of water, and I think it's going to jack that bite up, and I think it's going to actually even the playing field because everybody knows where flooded bass go, right?
Really?
Flooded bass go up in the timbers, and I think that's going to be a game leveler. And as much as I like Dig Master's pick, and I like Eric Nelson and Arlie Minton out there, I think the Copperheads are going to be on that playing field that's going to be leveled by the water rising. With that being said, though, I am going to go Carolina Casters, get the dub, and I think they cover. I think that all they got to do is win, right? Yeah.
What they have to do is win.
Casters.
Yeah. So
Did a little left turn right there at the end. I was like, man,
real quick,
dude.
man,
Hey, Ty,
that's dropping some nuggets, man.
Todd,
Yeah,
I love that
that's-
delivery. I love that delivery, Todd.
That was.
Hey, you
that
guys
was
were
like-
saying, hey, he's looking down. Hey, I was researching. The temperature is going to be 90 degrees. It's going to be warm. The
Todd
sun's
delivered
going
that
to be
package
out.
like Amazon
It's going to
just
be
throwing the
hot.
box up on the porch, man.
he was delivering while he was on the
Just
road
flopping it.
on the internet. He ran like 3 single
Hey.
mothers off the road.
Hey, you might
Hit
think
the
Todd is not
raised
paying
sunglass
attention.
delivery truck.
You might
Like-
think he's not paying attention, but he's paying attention.
He is.
Attention, right?
So
Right?
I have some personal experience with Randleman. It is a good lake, but I think with the conditions going out, man, I'll be honest with you, I don't think either team catches the limit. I don't think either team catches 10 bass. I just don't think
It's gonna
so.
be tough.
You guys are talking about all this fish moving up and all this other stuff. That's not the way I know Randleman. I fished Randleman.
Exactly.
Randleman. I fished
Yeah.
Randleman in flooded conditions, and I'll tell you what, it was a joke trying to catch 5 fish. So I don't think these guys are going to catch the limits. I think it's going to be just a struggle. I think it's going to be one of those, situations to where you had like the Southeast Texas and Arkansas hogs. I think it was it Southeast Texas and Louisiana? Yeah, Southeast Texas and Louisiana. We had very low scoring. I think the team that gets maybe 6 or 7 fish wins. The only thing about Florida, man, they have Thomas Woodring. I think Thomas Woodring is the X factor in all this. I think Florida absolutely pulls out the victory, and I don't think it's going to be. A blowout by any means. I think it's going to be close, and I think the X factor for the Carolina Casters is actually going to be Arlie Milton. You guys don't know about Arlie Milton. The guy is an absolute stud. Knows Carolina waters like the back of his hand. I think you have to watch those two. I think Arlie and Thomas Woodring lead their teams respectively, and I think Florida pulls out the victory on the road. Carolina goes 0-3, and Florida goes 2-1. So
What he meant was Arlie Minton, but Arlie Minton.
Hey,
is a
how about
beast.
this?
Yeah,
How
I
about
feel
this?
that.
How about the ironic bait that's going to be the game changer for this one? Ironically, is going to be a Carolina rig. Watch it.
oh,
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know, man.
You heard it.
I
So
don't
when
know.
we do the post game interviews, we're gonna see if it's Carolina rig. What's next,
we'll
G
see.
man?
All right.
Next, G man.
Moving on to the next one, guys. Oh, the Lone Star Bandits taking on. This is going to be a matchup of epic.
This is
performance.
gonna be
Yes.
The
This
Bandits
one-
versus the Hurricanes. These guys
Where
do
they
not
at?
like each other. 100%.
Janie.
The Bandits are favored on the road at, I think it's called Caney Lake.
Caney.
Caney Lake in Louisiana. And man, I heard some stories, guys. They're catching monsters right now in this lake. It is going to explode.
So let
Robert,
me give you people. Louisiana starting Brad Case, Dwayne Taft, Jamie Broad, and John Mooney.
And Mooney.
Yeah, and Mooney.
That's your
And
game
Mooney.
changer right there is Mooney. On
And shit, I'm looking. I don't.
it's,
Lone Star starting Jared Brockelman, the MVP. If you don't know who the MVP is, you don't need to be here right now. Jeff Isham, and Jason Campbell. I'm gonna start. Can I start?
you sure can, buddy.
First off, and last off, Lone Star Bandits. What was it?
Okay, fair enough. Juice.
Lone Star Bandits home win.
So this is a young season so far. Not a lot of teams have gone on the road and won. Not at all. The Lone Star Bandits, I think, have been one of the few teams that have been able to do it. I just don't think they're going to do it this time. I think that Louisiana, home waters, I really believe that Jamie Broad and them guys are going to be able to take care of business.
Yeah, fair enough. D-Day.
All right. Like I said, I put my glasses on for this one because I had some notes on this matchup. This is a legit one. I mean, you've got two great teams, absolute bangers. But like my man Juice just said, you're talking about hometown advantage for some of these guys, but it really isn't. It's like their away advantage, because you start talking about guys like, Dwayne Taff and John Mooney and Jamie Broad. You're talking about guys that and Brad. You're not talking about guys that are limited to this Louisiana spectrum. These are guys that have literally logged hundreds of thousands of them. These are guys that I fish with all the time. Hundreds of thousands of miles all over the South. But that little nexus right there where that crosses over and Caney's right smack dab in the middle of it, that is every single one of their ground zero for just punishing people on the water.
Hey, what's the spread, though? I didn't look.
5.
I'm going to go Louisiana by 32.
Whoa!
Louisiana by 32?
Bandits are favored by 5, and he goes Louisiana by 32.
Okay.
Wow.
It ain't even going to be a thing.
Okay.
Wow. That would be a shocker.
Got it,
Bandits are
D-Day.
gonna get smoked on this.
Okay. We hear you, man.
Tyler.
Yeah, I'm going Louisiana. I mean, when you've got people who
I rocked with you until you said that, Tyler. We were friends until you said that. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. When
What
you've
the
got
fudge?
people going at
What
it
the
that
fudge?
hard and having the hometown advantage, I mean, that's the obvious choice in my opinion.
Wow.
Sorry,
Man.
I don't know if it's going to be a huge 32-inch blowout, but they haven't been affected by weather as bad, so it could be.
Weather's been a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm real close to that area, and it's been pretty funky. I mean, it's had one of those daytime deluges again today.
Really?
All right, Brian,
Yeah.
what you got? B-dubs.
Brian.
What lake are they fishing?
Caney.
What lake are they fishing?
Caney.
Caney.
Nobody's
Where's
heard of it.
Caney at?
Yeah, exactly.
It's in Louisiana.
Nobody's heard of it. It's in Louisiana somewhere.
Nobody heard of it.
I ain't heard of
Is
it.
it in the toes or the heel? Or the ankle?
I think it's in the
It's up in the
ankle.
heel.
I like guys that both
It's up,
but
yeah.
You know what?
Up in
Is
that
it in the heel?
ankle. Yeah, it's the ankle. I guess it would
I was
be.
about to say I thought it was an ankle,
Yeah.
but okay.
Yeah, it's just east of Shreveport.
Like Shreveport, Monroe-ish. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just north of Toledo.
yeah.
It's in Chatham.
Toledo Bend.
Todd
Give me the
definitely
points.
knows what
Give
it
me the
is.
points.
Listen to Todd.
That's actually
It's
a split
5.
lake.
It's
You
5.
want Louisiana by 5?
Louisiana by 5 is the spread.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the points, baby.
You're
It's,
taking
well, the
Give it to me, I'll take it.
Bandits
You
are
take-
favored by 5.
you're taking the spread because we don't do the points in KFL. We don't do the points yet. So you're taking the spread.
Give
5.
me the inches. Give me the inches.
It's 5.
So who you're taking Louisiana
Yeah.
to?
Yeah,
Okay,
he
all
said
right.
he said Louisiana by 5.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, the Bandits are favored by 5. That's what I'm saying.
He's taking home team by 5. Am I wrong,
Okay.
Brian?
I got you. All right.
Home
Good
team
enough.
by 5. Okay.
Good enough. Todd,
If Louisiana loses by 4 3/4, it's still a W.
you still get the dub. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
kind of.
Yeah.
In betting, you wouldn't get your money though.
Yeah.
I'm taking the points,
Right.
man.
In betting, you wouldn't get your money.
You know what?
Todd,
It's just like a game of field goals. Take the points.
Jeff Isom says, "Dang, Brian, is it too late to send back the raise order?" I just
Nah, don't just say what he said. I'm putting it up on the screen. I'm putting it on the screen.
Oh man,
People need to see it.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I just got to know. Go for it. Go.
Hey, D-Day, be quiet. Todd, go ahead.
Hey, what's up? Man, you know what? I know this sounds crazy, but the winner of this is actually going to be the lake. The lake's going to show out this week, and a lot of people have not heard of this lake.
That don't
in
sound
Louisiana.
crazy.
If you look in the Bassmaster Top 100, this lake actually made one of the top 100 lakes. This lake is an up-and-coming lake. It's very healthy. Management's been shocking fish well over 13 pounds regularly.
Yeah.
And this fishery is going to show out, and it is going to be the main attraction of the weekend. This matchup right here is going to be absolutely awesome. I think your it factors are Isham and Taff. I think they both carry their teams. I also like Mooney for Louisiana to come through in the clutch. I'm going to take Louisiana to get that dub and take out the Bandits for the first time this year. And I think Jim Louvier takes a backseat this week, and I don't think that he's the talk of the town.
Boy, that's good stuff. I did talk to Jamie Broad about this lake this
I
week.
like it, Todd.
And he said, like what Todd said, this lake just beat out Toledo Bend. It's the top, one of the top lakes in the country. He said on these Wednesday nighters that happen, or these little 3 bass tournaments in the evening that takes place, it takes over 20 pounds
On 3 bass?
On 3 bass, yeah.
3 bass to
Three
win.
fish.
Yeah.
The top one that came in, I think it was 2 weeks ago, he said it was 28 pounds for 3 bass to win these tournaments in here. Holy crap. There is going to be a showdown. It's going to be a slobber knocker. I will tell you, though.
Hey, I'm going to go out on a limb.
No. I need everybody to shut up for
You're going to
Greg
see
right now.
national.
Who?
You're going to see national tours like Hobie and KBS and
Todd.
stuff like that go to this lake.
Todd, I need you to be quiet
gonna
right now.
Yeah.
Greg, who are you calling?
Hold on. I'm not done. I'm going to drop some nuggets here more so. I know for a fact there's been information that some guys from Lone Star Bandits, like Jim Louvier, actually knows this lake very well. Very, very well. But I will tell you, there's some guys on their team that have been pre-practicing. Some of them may have started. Some of them won't start. I know one of the gentlemen caught a bass over 24 inches, and I know a lot of them have caught bass over 22 inches in pre-practice. These guys are on fish on both teams. They're hot right now. I think over 200 inches for the winning team is easily possible here, and I'm going to go Louisiana Hurricanes.
Over 200
I think it's going to be a 200-inch day for Louisiana. I think the showdown's absolutely going to happen. But I'm telling you what, I think that the Lone Star Bandits are going to put up in the 190s, and we're going to see one of the greatest matchups we've ever seen in KFL this weekend. It's going to be amazing.
But I'm going to give them this. Isham is going to have big bass.
Maybe.
The Hurricanes, but Isham's going to have big bass.
He does it all the time.
Yeah.
This
is right
in amazing.
Wheelhouse.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Moving.
I don't
What
know.
you got,
I don't know if it's crazy enough to say that this lake will put up the biggest overall bag of the year, but it's going to give a run for its money over Kenansville, Florida. Yep.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
All right, Arkansas
conditions
Hogs.
are setting up.
Arkansas Hogs.
So hey, Greg,
travels-
before you go,
Yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
Where you at? There you go.
Let Jeff know I didn't pick Louisiana to win. I just picked the spread.
True. There you
I
go.
just took a +5.
Hey,
Don't-
So,
I like
what
it.
just happened?
I'm just taking the points.
I like
He's
it.
backpedaling right now.
My guy B Dub is backpedaling
So there you go,
right now.
Jeff.
Arkansas Hogs is traveling down a pretty long ways down to southeast Texas. They're fishing one of the great lakes in Texas, and that's Choke Canyon. And, man, the last time we saw Choke Canyon in a tournament, I mean, D-Day, we know we have seen bag. I think you had to finish over 90 inches, I think was 20th.
Absolutely. Choke. There's no doubt in my mind that if you can keep the alligators away from you, you're going to have to catch 90.
It's Arkansas against Southeast, right?
Southeast Texas. That's right.
Yeah.
Southeast Texas. Yeah.
Yep.
That's you already got me talking, so I'm gonna go Southeast Texas on this one. I think this is a lake that a lot of them fish on the actual Southeast Texas tournament trail. This is a lake that a lot of them just go hang out and have a lot of fun on. The weather has been a little bit of hit and miss right now. Like Blake just said, Choke is hella tough right now. I absolutely agree. But
Hey, D-Day, before you finish, I'm gonna tell you who's fishing. The Hammers are it's Arkansas Hammers, right?
Mhm.
It's Alabama.
Wow, come on, man.
the Arkansas
Hogs.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have the Hogs starting lineup. So Hogs, you're killing me right now. I don't have your starting lineup.
It's Jerry T, Preston Griner, and I believe Jordan Coffey. And I'm trying to remember their next one. I can't remember their last one, but
And they are
not Joel?
facing.
maybe Joel. They're facing.
They're facing Southeast Texas.
They're
Southeast
facing.
Texas
Let me
has
tell you their
started-
lineup. It's
I got
Caleb.
it. It's
Okay, go ahead.
Rolando. It's Rolando.
Danland, yeah.
Yeah, Rolando Nandon. Caleb. What's his last name, D-Day?
Helbig.
Okay, you got it. Adam, what?
I don't know who is Adam on there. No, I don't know.
Adam Eslack.
That
I don't.
the kid is
Eslack.
yeah.
I don't know
The
how you
kid
say it.
is
I haven't met.
solid.
Yeah, I haven't met.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about Adam.
Kyle Burns is starting, by the way.
I
Kyle
don't know how you
Burns.
say it.
Kyle Burns is the last guy for
Okay, yeah.
But
Arkansas.
then, no, I got you got Kyle Burns too. Why do I have J.R. Maccabee?
Here we go.
Either-
No. For Arkansas, Kyle Burns, Jerry T, Preston Griner.
Oh, you talking about Arkansas?
Scott Robertson.
I'm not talking about Arkansas. I'm talking about Southeast right now.
Okay, sorry about that.
Orlando Nandon, Caleb
Burns,
Helbig,
Todd,
Adam
Griner, and
Eslack,
Robertson.
Eslack, and J.R. Maccabee.
There we go. Kyle with the save down on the bottom. I'm going to keep it, man. I'm going to go southeast Texas. This is a lake.
Yep.
It's been tough all season. The weather in Texas, for those who don't know, has been positively bipolar from week to week. I'm going to go southeast Texas by I'll go 14 on this one, just because I know the quality of fish that are in that lake. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to tell you the standout in Southeast Texas is going to be Griner, dude. Watch. He's ready.
This kid's hungry, man.
He's hungry, and he and I showed up during one of the last brackets fishing on the same lake a lot. And one thing I noticed is that he fished like the same kind of little circular pattern that I was on. And it worked really, really well. And the kid's just got a really good head, I think that Choke Canyon, if he sticks to that kind of that pattern like he was following on that lake, I think he's going to be brutal. Like, he was moving to the edges at the right times. He was moving to the deeper water at the right times. And that's going to be absolutely deadly on Choke. I think that Griner is going to be the MVP of that one. And East Texas by 14.
Wow. Tyler.
What day is this? What day are they fishing?
Saturday.
Saturday? What's the spread?
The spread is 10, and that is the Southeast Texas is favored.
Yeah, it's going to be Texas. It'll be Southeast. It's going to be a windy day. It looks like home field advantage. It's a popular lake. Yeah, it's Southeast Texas, hands down.
Gotcha. Juice, we didn't get you yet.
No, you guys, this is cool. Look, not a lot to say. It's Texas fishing. I've been out there fished a little bit, and I got to go with Southeast Texas. And they're going to be hard to beat if the bite is really on. They're going to be any Texas team. They're going to be tough to beat on home waters.
100%.
Not somebody outside of Texas. I'll say that.
Correct. Brian.
I don't think there's a team that can go into Texas or Florida and beat and win on the road. It's hard to pick against any Texas or Florida team when they're fishing at home.
Excuse me, sir?
That's fighting words.
I mean, it's hard.
Brian's done nothing but fight words all night. I mean, like, he's throwing rocks at his wife while she's mowing the lawn.
I could definitely go in Florida and whoop Florida.
I'll throw West Virginia. I'll throw West Virginia in there as well.
I'm gonna say
West Virginia has the greatest home field advantage I've ever seen. When you can't catch a squirrel bass in there, you've got home field advantage.
I can definitely go into Florida and beat Florida. I'm sorry, I was born and raised in Florida. I'm not.
Yeah,
you got it on a rock. When I go to Florida, we're taking the dub home.
Oh, that's personal.
That's last week of the season. You can ride it on a rock right now.
I love it.
The great part about the Florida team is they got to come to Virginia and face me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Todd.
You're losing.
San Antonio, Texas, Choke Canyon, man. The lake's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hot. I mean, you're South Central Texas, man. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be a tough bite. I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy. But I think the quality of anglers that the Southeast Texas Rough Riders are sending out. I think that's the major player there. Jerry T and friends going down with Robertson and Griner. I mean, it's gonna be fun, but I honestly don't see this one really being too close. I think this might be the biggest margin of victory for the week. Rough Riders for the win.
Gotcha.
That lake doesn't fish tough though. It's like one of those summertime lakes that's just so consistent. It's like
Hey,
one
Greg.
of those I always go down and just crush it on. It's gonna be a high score. This is gonna rival that Bandits and Hurricanes as far as score goes. I
We
think
can be easy with me, Greg. I'm picking Texas.
Yeah. I'm also picking Southeast Texas, man.
Yeah.
You know, Scott Robertson, has a good point. He's in Texas, but guys, I mean, look, you're running against Rolando Nandine. Okay, you got J.R. Maccabee, Caleb Helbig, and this. I don't know too much about this guy, Adam, but I'll take those three alone. I'll take J.R. and Rolando and Caleb any day.
On their home orders.
on their own
Forget it.
water, yeah.
Forget it.
Brutal.
Forget it.
You
So
better-
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, man. That is a squad that I would not want to face in any lab event ever. Period. On home waters, give me Southeast Texas, and I think it's a complete utter blowout.
I'd be okay with being wrong on this one because I'm taking those three guys in their home waters. So if I'm wrong, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. So Southeast Texas absolutely is going to put on a show. So, but yeah, that's going to be kind of hard to beat. All right, let's see if I can get this one. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be a great matchup, guys. Bay State Attack is underdog by 8 points against Rhode Island Rebels. That is going to be a showdown. Bay State Attack versus Rhode Island Rebels, guys, out of the Northeast. Boy, I tell you what, I am a fan. By the way, I'm a fan of Rhode Island Rebels, man. I don't know if anybody can't say that they don't love that team.
Yeah.
I'll go after Greg then. I'll go after Greg. Go ahead, Greg. Start it.
All right, I'll start it. Look, the original line actually wound up being 11.5. From the Rhode Island Rebels when the odds first came out. When we started seeing matchups, we started seeing the matchups coming out of Bay State Attack, and guess who's starting Bay State Attack on the road? That would be the one Adam Patrone. You add him to a team, any team, you move the point spread, no doubt about it. Man, that
Greg,
that's
Greg,
tough.
Greg, you just screwed me up. I didn't know Adam was playing.
Yep, Adam's playing. So you got Adam and Jack Tibbins on your team on the road. They're not intimidated by anybody, but man, I love the Rhode Island Rebels. Greg, Crass, we say it. Chris Catucci, Toby is fishing. Man, I love it, man. I love it. And those guys show so much emotion and heart. I think Rhode Island covers, and I think it's going to be right on probably it's probably going to be like 8.25, 8.5 points. I think it's going to be very close to the point spread. I think Rhode Island actually takes the victory.
Rebels. Where you at? Rebels. I'm trying to look for the starting lineup for the Rebels, and I'm not sure if I have it.
I think it was in Messenger.
No, that's where I'm looking, bro. That's where I'm looking.
Here, I'll pull it up, guys. I've got it right here.
I hope you got it because I don't have the Rebels or the Bay State Attack starting lineup. I don't have it. Y'all hate
You
me.
say Chris Catucci, that's all you need to say.
Hey, Chris Catucci is the sniper.
It's Chris Catucci.
Chris Catucci is
Justin.
beast,
Chris Catucci, Justin Lacasse, Toby Bonaher, and Greg Crass.
Yeah. That's a great start.
Kraz, that's a pretty good starting lineup. So I'll go after you, Greg. I'm gonna go with I don't know, man. You said Adam. Who's starting for Bay State? Adam and who?
It's gonna be Adam, Jack Tibbins, who is by no means
No, I know who Jack Tibbins is.
a slap.
Yeah, I know who Jack Tibbins is.
Yeah, I mean, you better know. Let's see, Adam Patrone, Jack Tibbins, and you know what? I don't have the other guys on here.
Okay, well, since he doesn't have the other guys, I'm going with the Rebels. Chris Catucci and Kraz.
And Crass, yeah.
First off, Chris Catucci is the best caster I've ever seen in my life. The
guy is just ridiculous.
I call myself. He can put it over and under and around and left, right through some stuff that nobody else can do. The sniper is a beast. I'm going with
Mike Elrick's also fishing.
Mike Elrick's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going Rebels. That's what I'm picking. Who you got, Juice?
Look, I legitimately believe this is going to come down to the last team that catches a fish wins. I'm not even going to make a pick because I believe this is going to be the last team that catches a fish to pull is going to win this matchup. So I'm not even going to pick it.
Wow.
That close.
It's going to be that close.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Man, I'm going to go, and this is a tough one, and it's going to come down to my man, Adam Petrone. He's been up there just briefly. Got picked out at the last minute. He's been a starting staple for Bay State since the league kicked off, and he landed in their AO, in their area of operation, after leaving down here by us. Yeah, I agree with Kraz right there, the team that fishes clean. I think that Petrone he showed up and he has really been an absolute hitter for Bay State. But he's been a hitter for Bay State. He's been a hitter on the Hobie BOS. He has been a hitter outside of his norms. And this may be the one lake and the one event that is time for him to kind of peter out a little bit. Now, that's not saying he can't. But Patron is the beast of Bay State right now. So if Patron comes out swinging and he dials this lake quick, then they may get it. But I'm gonna go with the Godfather. I'm gonna go with Rhode Island right here. I'm gonna go Rhode Island by 6, just because
Rhode Island needs this win to stay in contention for the playoffs.
Yeah,
they need to continue that momentum.
Got it. They're ready. I mean, like Godfather is cracking knuckles.
Do
on
they
this.
really?
Boys are ready. They're hungry. They're absolute sticks on that team. We've talked to them on and off throughout this whole thing, and I think they're ready. Yeah, I think this is the one that Patron slips back to knock. Sorry, buddy, but I think this is just the one.
Okay. I like it. All right, Tyler.
Yeah, I think it's either going to go one or two ways. I think either someone's going to come out of the gates just absolutely screaming and get what they need on the board, and it's going to be a blowout, or it's just going to be an absolute battle to the end until the polls go down. I mean, it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be any in between. But if I had to pick, I'd just go off of Greg's passionate speech from the beginning, and I'd pick Rhode Island.
Very good, Ryan.
I think this is going to be a matchup like we had with Indy and Detroit last week, and it's real hard to pick against Adam and Bay State. But if
there they go.
She unplugged the internet. What's happening? She was sweeping. She was sweeping the house and unplugged the internet. That's
sprayed that Lysol in his phone, man. All right, Todd, go ahead, man.
Bay State attacking Patron going to come in. They're going to do all right, but remember, Adam's coming up out of Louisiana, and he breaks down water as good as anybody. But I think that he mentioned something about his amount of pre-fishing when he's on away games is not going to be there. I think it's going to be a show up, break it down, and fish. So I think that hurts Patron. I think that hurts Bay State. And I think Rhode Island and DeCenzo and friends take care of business. And I honestly, I think it's going to be a 20-plus inch spread.
Ooh, wow. Very good, man. Very good. All right, let's go to the next matchup. Gentlemen, this is going to be a good one.
That's going to be a really good one.
Pennsylvania goes to Massachusetts. The Bronzebacks, 9-point underdogs, taking on a very stacked Massachusetts team. 9 points on their home waters, man. That's pretty juicy. Juice, let's start with you, man.
Look, you want to know the secret to beat Massachusetts? Just watch Derek Brundle and do what he does. Problem is, everybody on that team is Derek Brundle.
That's right.
I believe Massachusetts will cover. I don't think they're going to get affected by the weather coming through this weekend. I think it's going to kind of push east a little bit. It might do some stuff pressure-wise, but I don't think they're going to get a lot of rain, to my knowledge. I just feel like Massachusetts is going to take care of business. They'll cover.
Okay. Very good. D-Day.
Man, this one is Not a lot of words from me on this one. Massachusetts is on their way to the championship. This is going to be a stop for them. It's going to be it's not going to be an easy stop. I mean, Pennsylvania's been doing. I mean, they got a great team. They're stacked up for this one. I think they're ready, but I just don't think that they have the lineup that Massachusetts has coming into this one. So I'm gonna go Massachusetts by 12 on this one.
Okay, very good. Tyler. Oh, Tyler's not there. Let's see here. Where I guess the internet's going down. All right, let's add in Brian. Brian, you're next. Go ahead, man.
Am I in?
Yeah, you're in. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
We got Pennsylvania taking on
I think my
Massachusetts.
neighbors changed their Wi-Fi password or something.
His wife's buying lingerie off of Wish right now and plugging his stream, while he's talking about that. Yeah. Like, God.
Oh my God.
So, I know the Maulers are a little upset about losing on the road last week, but they didn't have Papa D on their squad. So they traded in some guy named Matt Conant to bring Papa D back this week. I got to pick the Maulers. Our name on their jersey. We're always picking them.
I got you. I mean, that's a big
550.
spread. I mean, it's a 9-point spread. That's a pretty juicy spread to pick, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Todd, go ahead, buddy.
Is Conant and Brundle starting?
No.
I can actually tell you. Oh, you got it?
Conant's out.
Yeah, Conant's out. It's Ken Wood, Derek Brundle, Mike Marcoon, and John Ferreira.
And don't sleep on Ken Wood, man.
So
Just with
Brundle's
Matt
not
being
even
out,
fishing
don't
either.
sleep on Ken Wood. That
Brundle
Hey,
is out.
D-Day.
No, Brundle's
tell me-
fishing.
D-Day, tell me who would sleep on a dude who of the caliber of Kenwood.
dude.
Tell me
Ken
who would
Wood
sleep on a
is-
Kenwood. I don't
They
think
need
anybody.
stereos after that dude. He makes such pretty music on the water. Like,
Hey, Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, but then Kenwood, he's been in the 10. And
10,
I think
yeah.
Kenwood might have won one.
yeah, dude.
He won an
hammer.
MC,
That's
right?
sick, dude. That is Ken is one of the best anglers in the entire country. I would say that Ken is the top 20, if not better, in the entire United States. Ken is incredible, and don't sleep on Kenwood.
With Ken's accolades out of the Northeast, what he brings, other than Conant's national championship year last year, Ken Wood is what brought name. Him and Jason Gardner were brought names to that Northeast.
Absolutely, and Jason, yes.
Yeah, I mean, so Ken Wood. When you say that, you're equally saying Conant or Brundle when you say that name out of your mouth. And Ken Wood would outfish them a bunch of times too. So I mean, Ken Wood is a legend in his own right. If I was in Las Vegas and I had $1,000, I'd bet this spread, and I would beg my mom and dad to mortgage their house on it. Massachusetts Maulers win big. And here's something that I don't think that we talk about with
Did we lose,
Massachusetts.
Brian?
They're fish these little 20, 30, 40 acre ponds. But man, that's home field advantage. You got to know how to fish those things. It's not easy to go up there and fish those things. So I think home field advantage comes into play. Pennsylvania's not used to fishing fisheries like this. And I think this might be the biggest margin of victory of the week.
First off, there is no lake in KFL that's less than 440 acres. That was literally the minimum.
Just like
for
that
lakes.
hard deck.
Yeah, that was a hard deck.
I know. I'm just saying the small
I just-
fisheries like that.
I rock with you, Todd. I just don't want people to think that we're bringing people to 30.
Oh
acre
yeah.
lakes.
Okay, I got you.
No, that's not real.
My bad to
I'm
the
trying
to the audience.
I'm trying to get the lineup for Pennsylvania, but I do believe it's
The bronze backs, I have it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. You keep talking. I'll tell you in a second.
Go ahead. Because it's going to matter if Audi and Matalevich are there, and I think Mark McComber and Mick Wood are there. That, my friend, is a huge matchup.
The bronze backs are Audi. I'm sorry. Are there two Matalowitz?
Matalevich. Yeah, Matalevich.
There are two of them on the bronze backs?
One.
I see a R Matalowitz.
Oh, it must be his dad. Yes, it's Ryan's dad. Yeah.
I see an R, whatever you just said, and an F, whatever you just said.
It's I think it's Frank and Ryan. Yes.
I can't say it. Say it one more time.
Frank and Matalevich.
Matalevich. Okay, I see an R Matalevich and an F Matalevich and a Santoro.
Oh, Santoro's going up there.
Yeah, so it's Audi, the two Mataleviches, and Santoro.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, if you don't know who Ryan Matalevich is and Nick Audi, and I'll tell you what, man, you guys need to do some research. These guys can go on the road and absolutely fish their lights out.
I can't even say his name.
But so I will tell you that just remember Pennsylvania beat Massachusetts. Okay.
Oh,
as great and Kenwood was there.
Oh, and I know. Yeah.
Okay. Just remember that these guys can be beaten. Although it's not Massachusetts now. I mean, it's not Pennsylvania.
And what was the score of that one?
They blew them out. Pennsylvania blew them out. Okay.
That was on a river though. Wasn't it?
It was not on the river. It was on a series of lakes, and it's like 3 different lakes. But Massachusetts knows those waters so daggone well. But the only thing that worries me about Massachusetts, guys, is keep in mind Rhode Island was 43 seconds away from beating Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's just because people don't realize how good Rhode Island is.
Rhode Island's great. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, these anglers coming up from Pennsylvania are no slouch either.
Well, and that's one of the things that makes this great and what makes these picks to where, I mean, you can tell that every one of us has actually really thought about these because, dude, every single one of these teams is fantastic. It's like
they are.
I mean, we talked to them about it's like it's a regular weekend matchup, but we're talking about literally 17 teams of the best anglers in the United States.
Yeah,
when we talk about it a little bit coyly, that's why we're talking about the NFL of fishing here.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you're saying.
All the people in the peanut gallery, like when we talk about this, like anytime we say this one might get this one, it's not because we're disrespecting that team in any way, because every single one of these teams is stacked.
There is one guy that you haven't seen yet, and just keep in mind this kid went down to Florida and he won the first trail stop in Kissimmee. His name is John Ferreira.
Yeah.
This kid can fish. I think he's the X factor in this. I think he helps his team win. And I'm telling you, I think Pennsylvania covers. I think there's going to be inside 10 inches, but Massachusetts pulls out the victory.
We say kid because we're old. That's why we say kid.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But people who are watching, please understand, we're still going to give Mr. Isham his time in the limelight after we're done with this.
Yeah.
We got.
We're almost done, guys.
Yeah.
Robert, the next matchup, the 2 evening games, my friend. It's the Washington Warhawks, 13-point underdogs against your Norfolk Privateers. We'll try to stay professional here, Robert.
No, I'm gonna start. I will start.
Wait.
Start with the starting line.
Never mind. D-Day got something to say. D-Day.
All right, hold up. We're gonna talk professional about this one because this one's right in my wheelhouse. You got the boss man.
Hey, listen. You don't have to be professional, but you have to limit. You have to limit your f-bombs.
I agree
with this one. Just call on me last. I'm good.
Oh, calling you last. Okay. Well, listen. I will go first on this one. First off, I just want to put this out there that for some reason, it is the biggest spread of the night. I don't get it. For some reason, it is.
We're 0-2.
They caught 0 fish in one matchup.
Brian is like levitating to the bedroom.
I mean, that might. Okay, so we're gonna elongate this shit. I get it. Okay, that's why. Maybe that's why, because you said we're 0-2. I got it, and we're 1-0. But we're only 1-0. We've only played one match, even though it's the match with the biggest spread. But anyway, this is what I'll say. there's a very big possibility that the guy who's caught him the best in pre-fishing is not going to, which is me. I've caught 90 inches plus in every day of pre-fishing on this matchup, but I may not be fishing this one. So, but I'll tell you that all my teammates have caught them really well. There has been a storm that came through today, dumped 6 inches of water into the lake, which is going to change things. I had a very good game plan of where I was going to go, what I was going to do, where I needed to go. I've passed that on. These people can fish. So I'm saying Norfolk covers the spread. Norfolk.
Okay, fair enough. Juice.
By 13.
Okay. Robert, who's starting for you guys?
Who's starting for us will be, at a minimum, will be Nathan Green, beast mode. Will be Charles Cruz, beast mode. Will be Travis Belcher, beast mode.
Yeah. But you said you might not fish?
I might not fish, man. I might not fish. I was a starter before, but I might have just changed it. So
okay. Greg, who's starting for you guys?
It is going to be most likely, we're going to look at it, but it's going to be most likely myself, Dustin Arms, Will Brewer, and Bobby Morin.
So we could potentially have a Jig Master versus Jig Master matchup.
Yeah.
No, because this Jig Master's not fishing.
Don't you say no
Potentially.
bullshit like
I said
that.
potentially.
Yes.
Who's the other jig master?
It would be Will Brewer.
Will?
Yeah.
First off, Will is you can't be the jig master if you're the Padawan. You can't be the jig master if you're the Padawan.
I've got a dozen younglings that would argue against that.
You got that many kids, bro? You got that many kids?
Vader.
Vader.
All right. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah. A jig master versus jig master, maybe.
Potentially. It's a potential matchup.
But I can tell you, if I fish, my bite is not a jig bite whatsoever.
Okay. Well, and look, you ain't got to give the juice to us tonight. We'll just wait.
I'll give you the juice. I'll give you the juice. I'll tell you what the juice is. The juice is a jackhammer.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Hey, look, if Bobby Morin's fishing for Greg, there you go.
That's all Bobby throws.
That's right up Bobby's alley.
Right. Jack, he'll figure it the fuck out. Oh my God.
Ooh.
I thought I was bad. Look at me, man. Look at me being the. You see this boss? You see me being the responsible one over here?
I know, man. You guys are,
See me being
well.
the company man?
Doing well, man. The host is dropping F-bombs.
Look, Norfolk guys, you're in the same boat we have been. We fished a week, and we haven't fished since.
I had to say apologize.
We haven't been learning, and I think you guys have been doing the same thing, man. Getting on the time on the water is key to everything that we do. You're not going to learn how to fish by sitting and watching.
I'm going to be honest with you. We chose this lake as a home lake only because it has big fish. None of us have fished it that much prior to pre-fishing.
Okay. So
prior to pre-fishing.
And look, you guys are neighbors. I mean, it's not that far-fetched to say some of the Washington guys couldn't come down and fish this lake too. I think it's going to be a pretty close matchup. Really close matchup.
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
No, I was just listening. Do you close matchup? I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a real close matchup. I'm going to go this way, and only because it's a home waters thing. I mean, home waters, like I've said before, there's only been a few teams that can go on the road and win that have done it, and I'm not going to say it's going to be the last team to catch a fish in this one because I think home waters is going to give a slight advantage. I don't think you guys cover though, Robert. So I'm going to say Washington loses, but they don't let Norfolk cover.
Fair enough. Brian.
Well, Greg, I've picked you every week.
You've been our curse.
I have.
You literally have. I'm blaming you solely for us putting a 0 on the board in West Virginia. It is completely your fault.
You got to learn how to step on those 12-inch bass and make them 14.
I know, man. I tried.
Well, so I need you to win. I need you to start out a winning week. And I need you to bring that mojo. So I want you to get some confidence. I need you guys to get a W. I'm sorry, Robert. But I'm going to go out because the odds got to be in my favor. 3 weeks. And you guys need this to stay in the playoffs, right?
Oh, we absolutely have to have it.
Yeah.
It's a must win. And when you get into a must win situation, when you corner a rat in the corner, man, come out.
Bad things happen.
Get your first dub.
Bad things happen.
Get your first dub.
I know, man. I know. Todd.
Yeah. Let's hope for it.
Where are you guys fishing at?
Lake Chesden.
Chesden.
All right. I have nothing. I don't even know where it's at. But I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like Robert's team has too much experience there, so I would assume that that's going to be pretty even playing field. Then, Greg, have you guys free fished at all?
We have, well, a little bit, yeah. We're all free fishing.
Even playing field. I think then you just break down to. I think you break down anglers, and at that point in time, I think that it's pretty evenly matched, honestly. So, with that being said, I'll take the home field advantage, but I don't think they cover. I'm going to go with the privateers.
Well, guys, I mean, look, obviously I'm going to pick my team, and, I'm very confident in our team. What I'm going to say, though, is the lake is what you see is what you get. There's no secrets to this lake. I've been there. I've been on it. You have a couple creeks. You have a couple main points. You have a couple secondary points. You have grass line banks. I mean, there's just not a, wow factor about this lake that you're going to sit there and say, well, because you have this little honey hole, you know all about it. These fish are moving on everywhere. There's 6 inches of rain that's going to be dropped on this lake. It's going to come down to literally the angler who finds that school of fish on, a place and just catches like 5 or 6 or 7 bass all at once. I mean, these fish are scattered, man. I mean, I pre-fished it on Friday. On Friday, yesterday. And, it's usually a lake that we've done research on. If you get them big and you get them schooled up.
Yes.
And if you don't, you're going to be fishing for hours at a time trying to find them.
Yep.
And so is that not true?
It's 100% true. 100% true.
Yeah. And so it's going to come down to literally that person who picks the right place at the right time, because these bass are going to be moving. They're not going to be staging anywhere. They're going to be moving, especially they're going to be moving up and down with the water, kind of the same situation as, we talked about with Florida and Randleman. I mean, it's going to be a crapshoot, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. This is one of those ones I really have no idea what's going to happen. Either we're all going to catch limits, we're going to catch pigs, or it's going to be a tough grind like it was in West Virginia, man. And it's going to be the strong survive. You know what I mean? It's just whoever can grind it out. I think it's going to be a grinder. I don't think it's going to be one of those we're just going to be smacking fish everywhere. I think it's going to be a complete grind.
Disagreement. Especially if I fish, we're going to have a limit.
Well, and that's going into mine. That's kind of my angle on it is this is a really good matchup. It's a good lake. It's a good spot. The weather is, it's going to punish you guys equally. This is going to be a real close matchup. This is going to be a tight one. Could be like Boss Man said, this could be a slugfest. It could come down to 1 or 2 key, 20+ inch fish. That could really just dial this one back. But I'm going to go. I'm going to go Norfolk by 6.
Well, I will tell you, I'm foaming out the mouth
on there. If Jigmaster is fishing, just because I think that this is one of those matchups that he should be fishing. Yeah. If my man Jigmaster is fishing, I'm going to give him an extra 3.5.
Wow,
he's always good for an angry 3.5.
Well, let me tell you something, man. This is the kind of lake I love. This is the kind of lake, especially when the water's up and the grass is a little bit submerged. This is kind of like Bobby Moore and really excels in. Yeah. So, again, we'll have to see, man.
Extra water on grass and that's what I'm thinking where those kickers are going to come from. The extra water on grass.
You've heard everybody's picks. You've heard them. If it plays out the way I think it will be a slugfest. it will be a slugfest because this lake has huge fish. I feel like if it plays out the way I think it will, it'll be the highest scoring matchup of the day. Norfolk and Washington
I don't
will
think
be
so,
the
man.
highest scoring matchup
That's
of
going.
the day.
That's going to Caney, but you guys are
You
going
gotta
to.
figure. You gotta
Caney.
figure Choke Canyon. I mean, there's
I don't care, bro.
Caney's going to be.
Listen,
Caney, yeah.
this lake has multiple 25-inch fish.
Yeah.
Multiple 25-inch fish. With the
gonna hide
grass being submerged, which is usually not submerged, the water being up 6 inches. Oh, I'm sorry, it rained 6 inches, which means it'll put the water up a foot at minimum, so the grass will be submerged. It's gonna if it goes the way I think it will, it's gonna be a shootout.
Blows
and
this
it's gonna be
matchup out.
a beast.
Maybe. I hope so, man. Because you know what? I mean, if that's the case, I'm all about it. But I just don't think. I think Caney Creek's going to go. It's going to take 200 inches to do that. I don't think this lake's going to do 200.
You heard Jigmaster. I'm telling you, Jigmaster saying that this is going to be a 200-inch like 200.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, last matchup is the Alabama Hammers taking on the Tar Heel Lunkers again on Randleman. We have 2 matches on Randleman. This is going to be a 12 o'clock matchup to 7, and Alabama Hammers. I mean, this is really just a home field advantage. It's really an even matchup, but the home field advantage does give you 3 points to Tar Heel Lunkers. So this is going to be a close matchup, man. Let's go ahead and start with D-Day here.
Oh man, this is one that was kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a tough one to call, but I mean, I just think that the way that lake's looking, the way that everything's down in that corner of the world, I'm going to go with Alabama this is going to be a close one, and it's going to be one that just kind of comes down to just execution and fishing cleanly. I don't think it's going to be high, as far as the scoring goes. I just think it's really going to be just one of those nice tight. This is going to be that that easy, like a Sunday morning kind of just cruising little race right down to the last fish, and it's probably going to be a 12-incher that decides this whole matchup. But I'm going to go Alabama by 3 on this one.
Okay, very good, Brian. Let's hear from you.
Problem is, I don't know anybody on the Alabama team.
You do now.
Who's on the Alabama?
You do now. That guy right there. Juice.
But I'm not fishing, so.
Are you trying to Brady Bunch it?
Oh, yeah.
Juice, who else is fishing with you?
I'm not fishing this event. I'm actually taking some
I
family
feel like
time.
these guys
I'll be
all
at the
put me on the
beach.
spot. You know what I mean? They're all sitting here making me pick against them.
But no, I'm not fishing this event. But look, we're sending up some of Alabama's best.
Brian, you got the floor,
what?
bro. We're listening.
Just because I don't know, I'm going to pick the home team.
Tar Heel? Okay, very good. Very good. All right, Todd.
I'm going to go the home team.
Gotcha.
Not a bad pick.
Jeremy, who you guys sending up?
We have sent up Coley McGowan, which is hometown hero here in Alabama. Lance Coley. Yeah, Coley's he's a stud, man.
Both of the Coleys are good, actually.
He where he goes.
You guys line it up like you guys got some goodies.
Yeah, we fished together a good bit. Lance Coley, which probably don't know as much about Lance, but Lance is one of those guys that, everywhere he shows up, he's going to be competitive. Daniel Perry, which you probably, a lot of you guys probably listen to his podcast. Dan's a stick. I mean, he competes locally here a lot, and man, he does a fantastic job. And it doesn't matter if it's on a river or a lake. Dan's just one of those guys that can be competitive anywhere he goes. And then John Lessman, he's our team captain. He's kind of the one that helped put all this together. John's a good stick, so that's going to be our 4. That's who we set up for this matchup. And look, I'll get to my comments in a minute. Go ahead.
Well, with that being said, I would assume that the Tar Heel Lunkers are sending out, their bread and butter, to fish. I think the matchup's going to be close. So, John, didn't you say something? But man, I like the Alabama Hammer team. I really do. I like Lessman, and you say Coley McGowan, and that's about where you can stop because that dude can carry a team. The dude's an absolute stick and knows exactly what he's doing. John Lessman, an equal stick. The dude goes out and nationally fishes, and he's always in the top 20. Does well. So I'm going to go Alabama Hammers, and I'm going to say by 5.
Wow. Yeah. So, let me give you the Tar Heel Lunkers matchup here. Matthew Dunn, Dontrell Sullivan, Jeremy Hicks, and a guy by the name of Justin Faircloth. If you don't know that guy, you better get to know him. I'm looking at that matchup.
And Hicks is great too.
Look, I kind of look at matchups, head to head, right? And I'm looking up Justin Faircloth taking on a Daniel Perry. I'm looking at a Matthew Dunn taking on a Coley McGowan. And who's gonna beat who? You know what I mean? And so, this is like it's a completely even thing. If I was to put my money on it, because of the knowledge that Matt Dunn has over, Alabama and not really knowing that water, man, I'm gonna have to say Tar Heel Lunkers. But man, it's gonna be so close, man. There's no way you can. Alabama's a great team. I think the home field advantage and how tough this lake's going to be, you have to know the spots that the fish are there and trust it. It's a tough lake to figure out, especially when it's flooded out. I'm going to say Tar Heel Lunkers, but man, very, very small.
What a great week, man.
Yeah.
We got a lot of really great matchups coming in. They're so great that we just spent like an hour and 45 minutes just talking about picks.
I know. These are great matchups, man. And listen, this is now the middle of the season. This is week 3, and now we get to talk about after week 3. It's playoff pushes. You know what I mean? The pressure's going to be on. You know what I mean? These are must-win games for guys like us. We're 0-2. Indianapolis is 0-2. Carolina Casters is 0-2. We have to win, and it's like you get your backs against the walls. How are we going to respond? You know what I mean? What are we going to do? And it's going to be very interesting. This could be a season ender or season changer for a lot of teams this week.
Yeah. Look, going back to what I said, first of all, we went from the biggest point spread now to the lowest point spread of the weekend here, and when we decided to form this team, man, look, there was a lot of talk of who could be what, who could, we really kind of wanted to give an edge to not just one type of fishing. We wanted river guys, we wanted grass guys, we wanted lake guys, we wanted just, kind of be able to do it all. And we've got that. And, I thought going into this, like, hey, I do my map studies and I do this and I do that. But, man, these guys, I don't hold a candle to some of these guys. The way they can sit on a map and break down the water, I've learned so much from them. This is a really good team, and there are 3 things I know. All right, there's 3. You ready for this? There is a God, ain't him, and Alabama will beat Tar Heels on Saturday.
Now that
spoken like a true Alabaman.
Listen, man, I don't know what else to say, but
if that would have been finished with Roll Tide.
That's exactly what. Yeah, I heard Roll Tide in there.
I heard it too. I was I added in a number 4, and number 4 in my mind right there.
Oh my God!
The only thing I'm more sure than that statement was the fact that and I found this. I had to do a little digging, and I want to share this with you guys. I did a little bit of digging, and because Brian, and I'm kind of sad that he's gone because somebody just sent me one of his wedding pictures. And
don't like that.
No, that's perfect,
man.
That was perfect.
Say that again.
It is. She's all right. Oh God, let me see. Did I vanish it?
She's actually more than all right, but yeah.
It's all right. I'm gonna do it again for everybody, just so we can get Brian up. You guys will have to forgive me, but I drink a lot and I'm trying to figure out how to work this thing. So we'll go boom. All right. Am I right?
I don't know what you just did. What did you just do?
Let me add this. There we go.
Did you do something?
Maybe I think the boss man may have to add it in.
I just did.
There we go. So I mean, that's
It's gorgeous.
exactly what I got throughout this entire thing.
100% gorgeous.
Is that, I mean, all I could hear all night was my man Brian going, "Oh, she's all right." You know, I mean, like, Gator don't take no shit. You know, like.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
But man, what a great set of picks! What a great set of guys.
It's gonna be a great week, man. The KFL, dude. The KFL is. I mean, it's everything we expected it to be, if not more. And there's a lot of momentum with it. I can't wait. The whole team aspect has really taken off. And man, I can't wait, dude. And listen, I've got actually some bets. Here's my bets. I got some cash laying around. I've got Southeast Texas to cover. I got 2 bets on that, right? 2 guys from Arkansas wanted to bet me that they're going to cover. And then I've got another bet I got Massachusetts Maulers covering against Pennsylvania Bronzebacks. So those are my bets. Those are my go-to bets, sure bets, Massachusetts and Southeast Texas to cover. And, you can take
those
that.
Are the only ones, really?
Hurricanes.
That's the only action I got.
Dude, Hurricanes on Caney. Like, if everybody is not invested heavily in Louisiana on Caney, like, divert your 401k. Like,
first off,
Burger Fest.
If you're not investing heavily on Jigmaster on Chesson.
See, I would do that, but I don't want to.
You're still uncertain.
I would bet you, but I don't want to.
There's a reason. There's a reason why I'm uncertain, man.
Yeah, like
there's a reason.
You're trying to be sneaky.
You going Bill Belichick on us and like going to start players at the last minute? Is that what this is?
No, there's a reason why I'm uncertain, man. I'm trying
in the bullpen.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be like a super conservative. And what? Forget all that. Okay, Brian's back.
Hey, Brian, did you see your the wedding pictures that I put up?
He missed it. He didn't see the wedding pictures.
Gator don't play no games.
No, he didn't.
Gator don't play no games.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Gator don't play no games.
Hey.
I ain't hear that. I love it. I love it.
Right.
Though.
I mean, I had to. I don't want to be a jig master and start, turning this into a rated R video. So we'll keep it clean.
Real, right?
Did I turn it into rated R?
Like, you can make dropping the people's F-bomb,
What did I say? I said the F-bomb?
Yeah.
Hey, boss man, did I drop the F-bomb?
You dropped the F-bomb. It was quite clear, man.
All right, well, I love you people. I apologize for dropping the F-bomb. Now I'm leaving, and I'm going to go net rig myself.
Hey, whoa. Hey, we still got a whole other show to do after this. Like,
Are we doing it?
We got Jeff Isham like waiting in the wings.
Yeah. Boys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let you guys finish this up.
We still got to
roll. Hey, go Warhawks, man.
We need to end this. Hey, people.
You're driving too, because I ain't got no controls tonight. You got all the controls. You got to play. I got
the controls. You got the picks. You got the picks from everyone.
Hey,
did you pick? What team did you pick the last matchup, Robert?
Hey, before we leave, we want to thank
the last matchup. I didn't.
We did. Oh no, yeah,
I didn't.
Go ahead, Jigmaster. Pick your matchup. Alabama or Tar Heels.
Alabama and Tar Heels.
All right, well, I can't pick the Tar Heels because they got to play us. So I'm going Alabama and Juice.
Very good.
Juice.
I want to thank Rays. I want to thank Rays for the sponsorship, and also want to thank Tor Stafford. Tor Stafford here. Let's see here, right here, for the sponsorship as well, supporting us, man, doing a great thing for us, guys. I'm out of here. Great action this weekend. Tuning it in. Pride Outdoor Network starts at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then again 5 to 6. We will be broadcasting in the morning as well. All that coverage going on, probably starting around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning on Facebook and all the social media platforms. Guys, thank you guys.
Come hang out with me. Come hang out with the Jigmaster.
Yeah.
Come hang out with all of us who are going to be doing the play-by-plays throughout the day.
It's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
It's going to be awesome.
All right, boys. I'm out. See ya.
Later, boss. Everybody else, man, stick around because we ain't done.
Stick around because we're not done. We're making this shit happen.
I'm going to eat dinner. Gentlemen,
y'all go do what you got to do.
Dinner? Man, I ain't got to
do
dinner.
Hey, Todd, you rocking with us or are you done for the night, Todd?
I don't know. Todd here.
You here? Okay.
Todd is the team player.
Okay, we bringing Todd in with us then.
Yeah.
Todd, you rocking with D-Day and Jigmaster? You messing with us tonight?
And B-Dub's like I don't know what he's doing down there. He's
But
walking down
B-Dub's
just calling
gonna
on
go in
the
there. He's gonna
he's ordering
make up to
in
wifey.
the garage now. What you gotta Escalade in the
Hey man, I don't even want to see that. You know what, B-Dub,
like,
I love you. I love you. You better send
That's
me
the
a
race mobile.
contract or something.
man. I ain't even got that kind of Iraq money anymore.
I ain't got that kind of money either at all.
Oh man,
Got some more of them contracts.
That's a used cart lot.
Which takes me back to even more great Will Ferrell characters. The but I mean, we finally made it through the
That's my
picks.
baby right there.
What you got? Ninja Turtles? Dude, I have in my kitchen, I literally have the original Star Wars, like, you know, the one that has like the TIE fighter controls that you shoot like the towers and the Death Star and all that. I have that in my kitchen. I love that game. Absolutely ridiculous.
Man. Me and my kids, we get down in some serious Ninja Turtle action down here.
Love it. I know Jake Metzger's out. He's digging up. He's trying to get and I don't have the controls to the show. So I know Jeff Isham's been waiting. If you guys have not met Jeff Isham, stick around because I know he's coming on. But man, yeah, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic week on the water. So, Brian, like one of the big sponsors of KFL. While we got a sec, you know, we just got a shout out for Stafford, Virginia. Give us a quick shout on Rays, man. I don't feel like we give you enough opportunity to kind of just tell us who you are and what you do, and tell us about the specs, man.
You know, it's we're a pretty new company. We're about 3 years old. We've been doubling every year. This year, it's a little bit more than double. I've been an angler since since I glued PVC pipes to make rod holders on my bike.
Nice.
And, professional golfer, so kind of made a sunglass line to stay in both my passions. So it's a hobby for us. It's fun. We get to do some cool stuff all the time. You know, we're always taking bass trips, or we're always taking salmon trips. Shades, second to none. They should probably be about $100, but you know, we keep them affordable for everybody. We focus more on performance versus, you know, what some other companies do with advertising for their logo and paying a bunch of board members. So gives us the opportunity to keep everything low. But we do some cool things with our brand, with our glasses that a lot of other people don't do, which makes them.
Oh no. And then he blanked out. Well, I guess the wife finally pulled the plug. She finally is tired of him. That's it. She's like, "You're gone." Sorry, Brian. Man, so and then there was two. So Todd, while we're waiting for, I know Jigmaster is running the control board behind the scenes, so I'm waiting for him to get in our dude Jeff. So man, where you at? What you doing? What you got going on?
Man, I've been traveling the country. Life happened, you know, had a lot of things go on, unfortunate events. I lost my best friend on my birthday, and I've been kind of gone since then, not really wanting to come on, do much stuff. But you know, life's short, man. Love your friends, love your family, love your loved ones, because you're never guaranteed tomorrow. And I say it all over and over again, but you know, you only get so much time to cherish people and their friendships and the relationship you have with them. And you know, if there's ever a message that I could ever just shout from the rooftops every day of my life is love the people that love you and spend time with the people that want to spend time with you, because once that time's over, all you can do is just think about the memories. And you know,
Shit.
but you know, we're here to enjoy life, and that's what we're doing here at KBBT and KFL. And I'm happy to be a part of the crew and be with y'all, and looking forward to this weekend. but I'm back. So
Hell yeah. Well, I'm super glad to have you back, man. It's you were such a great part of this show and this series and everything that we do here, and yeah, glad to have you on. Jig Master, my man, we got you're back. We missed you.
I'm back, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to go do some things for the kids, but I'm back. Yeah. And I've hopefully sent what I need to do for the man of the hour to come on. Not hopefully, I did it. I took care of it, D-Day. You gotta yell at me. I did it.
No, I know we got kind of.
I mean, you're right.
Stuff. It's like that. Just
my fault. I feel like it's my fault, D-Day.
Nah, it happens. I mean, I didn't even know we were doing a pick show. That was like, I was like, oh, I thought we was going on at 7 and we're good. So a lot of y'all, you're going to have to forgive us because.
Forgive me. Blame me. Don't blame D-Day. Don't blame D-Day. Blame me.
It's like we didn't expect all this this live commentary to take off the way that it did. It's like a.
Uh-oh. I don't know what just happened, but
really dig it. Like we have as we get as we get into growing these shows week by week, day by day, it's like we kind of got to be fluid a little bit with it because we don't even know what's happening yet. It's like we're just figuring this out. We're figuring out what you, the listener, what you, the viewer, wants. So
you see, hey D-Day, do you see who's waiting in the wings?
No, I can't see it. I don't have.
Oh, you can't see it? Oh, well, I'm gonna bring the man of the hour on. Everybody who's been waiting on this guy, he's coming on right now. Dreadhead himself, the guy, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jeff Isham, bro.
What's up, brothers?
What's going on, Jeff, man? What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
I apologize. It is my fault. Blame me for it being so late. It's okay for you to blame me for it being so late.
No, I don't blame you because you picked my team. I got a bone to pick with Mr. Lance over there, though.
Oh, you were listening?
Yeah, I was listening.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Lance, he messing up. He trying to act like he trying to act like he don't know he muted right now. He trying to act like he don't know he muted right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lance, you want me to unmute you? I got you. I'll unmute you so people can understand what you're saying. Oh, that didn't work. Unmute.
He has to do it himself.
Oh, can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected. Lance, you need to fix your mic, bro.
All right, I'm trying to work
back.
Working now.
Hey, yo, Jeff. I don't know if you remember this. Jeff, I don't know if you remember this, man, but I met you. I actually met you in person last year at Seminole.
I do.
I can't remember what port. Not port. I said port because I'm a Navy guy, so I said port. But what launch it was. But you were with someone else. But I remember looking at you. I remember looking at you, and I was like, "That's a dude whose face you don't forget." I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I was launching at the same time as you. I was like, "What's good, man?" You was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. I was like, "I'm good, man." And I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't know who you were at the time. I didn't. I had just got into kayak fishing.
Yeah,
I didn't know who you were, and we met each other. You remember it, man? I met you last year at Seminole.
Yeah. I remember that tournament too.
Yeah, it was a shitty tournament. It really was bad.
Well, can you guys hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you now.
All right, cool. Sorry, I had to reset my stuff. Jeff, man, I had to pick that way, but I did pick you for Big Bass. You know that, right? Like, just because
playing both sides there.
Yeah, no,
I felt the same way, bro.
That was like the hardest part with KFL is like going through and doing picks and going like, man, but like my homie's on this team or my buddy's on this one or my buddy's on that one, and it's like, man, it's tough. But dude, you're one of those guys that you consistently like just wreck the big bass, man. Like it's just whenever you see that big fish, it's like there's Jeff Isham right there, and it's been like that ever since I know you, and that's one of the reasons that I really wanted to have you on the show was, dude, you're just like one of those guys that down here we know you, but it's like the rest of the world is like waiting to learn who Jeff Isham is. So it's like down here, you're like our dude, like you're our guy in Texas, especially East Texas, Southeast Texas, like, east of 35, like you're our dude. You're our tournament guy, So it's,
Thank
well,
you.
no, it's, I mean, kind of like Jigmaster. It's like, I'm really new to the tournament world. So it's like, I met you. It was my first tournament ever, really. It's, we were down in Houston County last year. I think it was ETX, the East Texas Tournament Trail, and it was a kind of a rough day. It was good right off the bat early in the morning, and then it just got windy and it got kind of weird, and all of us were floating around. And I think I met you first, and then I met Texas Slim second, and it was like I passed one of you and then met the next, and it's like you're just one of those guys that is so like kind of beloved in the Texas scene, so in the KFL now, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts now? What are your thoughts with this team thing, with the matchups? Like take a quick second, do a little you intro, and then tell us, why are you here in the KFL now?
Well, I guess my name. It's on the screen. I'm living in College Station, Texas, which I never did. I moved here to go to A&M, and I know Todd's. There we go, Giga Maggies, and never really thought about it being so centrally located to like everything that I like to fish. Like I'm 3 hours from Fork and Rayburn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just everywhere that you want to fish in Texas. So I started kayak fishing. Man, I didn't think it was this long ago, but so I was listening to Mark Pendergraft do an interview actually earlier today, and he said his first kayak tournament was a Cats event on Houston County, actually. And he said it was 6 years ago, and I remember that because he forgot to bring a camera. Back then, Cats used a digital camera.
Right.
So I actually had an extra camera, but I didn't think it was that long ago. So 5-6 years probably is, I started kayak fishing. I fished all my life. My mom, if you talk to her any amount of time, she'll tell you the story. I caught my first bass when I was 3 years old. And I grew up in a fishing family. My mom and dad both fished tournaments growing up. My grandparents used to live on Lake Palestine. So as soon as school was out, I'd go to East Texas and stay till my mom made me come home. And I really got I've been self-employed my whole life, so I used to work a lot. I was pretty much a workaholic, but I'm super competitive. And, when I figured out a way, I never did figure I would, be super competitive in the bass boat world. But, my mom actually bought me a kayak for my birthday one time, a little cheap Academy one. That's what I started fishing out of. And I just loved it from the first minute I ever stepped in one.
Yeah.
And then, with the competitive streak, when I figured out, I didn't even know kayak tournaments were a thing. And I stumbled on, I don't even remember what it was, some trail that's not even around anymore. I don't remember what it was, but so my first kayak tournament I ever fished was on Sam Rayburn. It was 26 degrees at first cast, and I'm in this little bitty pescador that you're basically sitting in the water because it's you're wet the whole time. But
that was actually my first boat, and I had the exact same experience.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Soaking wet, your back hurts, and like
but I loved every minute.
I caught my PB out of that boat,
Nice.
11 and change, like beat. Just
talk about a sleigh ride. But that was
fun. Oh yeah.
That's cool. So I mean, I fished, Southeast Texas Trail. I fished Hobie events and the bass events, some East Texas events, Lone Star Throwdown. I mean, I just, I go all out fish anywhere. And so a while back, I'd fished some KBBT. I think I fished one or two of the brackets, and then they came over to KFL, and a couple of guys asked me about fishing it, and I was really intrigued with the team aspect of it. And this is actually, I don't know if y'all know this or not, this will actually be my first KFL event that I've fished in. Because that was kind of the deal when they asked me. I said, I fish everything Southeast Texas offers, so I'm not, I'm not going to miss one of their events. So now that all that's, we have our classic coming up in a few months, but other than that, our season's over. So I'm excited to get out there, and finally got my little Ram mount so I can have my phone mounted in my kayak with me. And even in like the KBBT, I don't think it's any secret. I used to fish Fairfield, and service out there is horrible. So I've never been able to, actually go live when I'm fishing. So that's I got actually Slim. He goes, man, you need to put a GoPro on your kayak. And I said, man, I don't really want to do that because I don't want to come home and edit video. Plus, you'd have to bleep it all out before my mom could watch it. I don't want to get in trouble with mom.
Right.
But so no, I'm excited about it. I think it's cool. And then being competitive is one thing, and being in a solo sport when you're fishing a regular tournament. I'm excited to see how the team aspect plays. I know all the guys I'm fishing with. Actually, it's a little odd because I actually know the guys I'm fishing against probably better than the guys I'm fishing with.
For reals. Especially this matchup. Yeah,
that's going to be interesting. Definitely not going to take it easy on them, and I know they're not going to take it easy on me. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a slugfest out there. I'm excited.
Jeff, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can call you Jeff. I know.
Oh,
I don't know you.
Absolutely.
I don't know you as well as D-Day knows you, or maybe even as well as Todd knows you, man. But this whole thing, bro, has been for me. Not talking about for you. For me, has been a completely different experience than fishing any live event that I've done. I've done the Hobie BOSs. I've done the KBF joints. Only one I haven't done is I haven't done a BASS tournament yet. And the whole KFL events have been completely different for me than any other of the other tournaments. It's different when you're on a team and it's no longer just about you going out and smashing everybody else, man. It's about maybe, what I'm saying, you might have to let somebody in on one of your spots or one of your patterns on a lake that we're fishing as our home lake, whatever the case may be, or a lake, maybe not even a home lake, a lake that you fished before and you have some good juice on. You might have to let your team in on some of the juice you have on that lake, man. It's different.
Yeah, it's a whole different dynamic. I can definitely tell that. So, but
completely different dynamic, man.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it is in my opinion, Mr. Isham, is that I feel like there's a mutual respect because regardless of if you're on a team or you're not on a team, when we fish the single-headed events in our areas, whether they be local tournaments or KBF or a Hobie tournament in that area, but it's somebody on your team, it's, hey, we fish this tournament, it's me, it's you, it's me against you. It's me against every last one of you. So whatever I've taught you for the spots that I have on this place, there's a respect there that needs to be there. That that ain't some shit the shit I taught you. That ain't some shit you're gonna use against me on a tournament we have on this lake or on a lake that I know of that we're facing somebody else on.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of different dynamics into this, and what I was talking about is that is part of one of the dynamics. Is you kind of have to start to trust other people, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to start to trust other people with shit that you know that nobody else knows.
Yeah, and it's been kind of different for me. Like I said, I've been self-employed since I was 19. So I don't necessarily have a boss. I hadn't played team sports since I was growing up. I played baseball. But it's cool how everybody interacts with each other. It helps and shares information, and are fishing for the team, not for yourself, like you said. And it's cool to see how everybody comes together and how that all works out. And like you said, the dynamic in it is just completely different than a solo tournament would be.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, Mr. Brian Whitehouse, maybe Jeff Isham, somebody you might need to put on the payroll.
Got to get them pockets deepened up a little bit.
So
I actually did, but I'm hoping they get here before I leave. But I
just sent an
seriously
order
did
out
just
to 'em.
order, so,
Nice.
yeah.
What'd you say, Jeff?
No, I was just saying I really did just order a pair of Rays, and I'm hoping they're here before I head out tomorrow. But we'll see.
What time you got to head out tomorrow?
So I'm gonna leave probably 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, but I have to work my way towards Louisiana. I have to make a work stop on the way. So
Are they gonna be there in time, Mr. B Dubs?
what day did you order them, Jeff? I remember seeing your name come across. I just don't know what day it was.
They probably won't be, because I think it was actually day before yesterday. So I'm just giving you a hard time.
Come on, post office.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
In
Brian,
all fairness, I haven't checked the mail today, so they may be sitting out there right now. I don't know.
There you go.
Brian, who do we have in that westerly track he has to take? Maybe you got somebody on the team in that westerly track who can
Take
get him
down an extra little pair, yeah.
I will tell you this, Jeff. I didn't pick Louisiana to win. I just picked them to cover.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you win by 4 3/4 inches, they cover, but you still get the W.
Hey, we will get the W.
Yeah, man.
My bad, Jeff. My bad, Jeff. I picked the Hurricanes.
Man, where's that Aggie love at?
Oh man, I got
Hey,
all that.
Aggie Love will never leave. Aggie Love will never leave.
I'm Aggie through and through, but it's like, man, like,
and you picked a team for LSU's home state.
no, but it's like,
Oh, man.
I mean, you gotta know, like, we fish against these guys. We fish against, Dwayne. We fish against Jamie. We fish against Brad. We fish against, these guys that are coming up on this lake, and like that has gotta be, even for anglers of your caliber and the caliber of your teammates. Like that has to be just an absolutely daunting, thing to see when it comes time for game time. I mean, that's like going up against like 1993 Cowboys, I mean, that's like,
I'm glad you said.
You guys know you got to fight, right?
I'm glad you said Cowboys.
I mean,
I know who's
I am all about
who's going to be getting their hands raised. So
I'm glad you said Cowboys.
I'm all about bravado. I'm all about that. But I mean, it's like, respect where it's due. It's like you guys are going up against.
So,
I know these guys better than some of the guys I've.
Yeah,
I'm not slamming my team. I mean, I just
not at all. These guys
we
fish with them all the time.
I've roomed with them, everything. So
You ever fish Caney, Jeff?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So
that'd have been some good juice to know to help with.
So what you're telling me is I'm the only guy that's up here right now who picked Jeff Isham in the squad to win.
I picked Jeff Isham for Big Bass for sure.
I'm sorry. I said to win.
Wow.
I ain't talking about for Big Bass. I said to win.
This is a team event, Lance.
But like Mooney, dude, it's Mooney and like.
So I'm the only one who picked him. That's all I asked. D-Day.
Hey, don't we have two team? What do y'all call them? Team anglers of the week or something on my team?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jim.
I don't know. Oh, you talking about your team? Yeah. Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
You do.
How many does Louisiana
have?
Maybe. Yeah.
Jason Campbell.
None of them.
No,
He's the anglers of the week. So
the-
none of them has made it.
Jason ain't made it on there.
Yeah.
Just Bandit.
Jeff's dropping bombs on you right now. You didn't get that, but he's dropping bombs. I appreciate it.
No, and it's, I mean, and that's real, and I get it. It's like, I don't know. This is just one of those spots, man. I mean, like you're talking in between Monroe and Shreveport, and you're talking like Brad Case and I mean, I don't know. All these dudes have just fished. I mean, I don't know. They just live.
How many of them live in Louisiana?
It is.
I know the answer to
Now
that.
that spot, like you got rains that have been beating it up a little bit. The water's probably a little bit up. It's up in the bushes. Pitching game is going to be strong right now. You know, that's a lot of you. I mean, I just know how a bunch of you guys fish because you guys have taught me how to fish. You know, so it's like watching inside guys like Jamie and Brad, and then watching guys that are going to be out there beating up the grass lines like Dwayne Taff. You know, I mean, it's like you've got dudes that are really in their zones. You know,
Hey,
like
so
I agree.
Let me be real, D-Day, man.
Yeah. No, I don't
no.
want to, like I'm just like trying to beat you up, but I'm just like
No.
I think it's an interesting conversation. Like when
I'm gonna give you
team like
I'm gonna give you my realness. I'm gonna give you my realness. And Jeff, I want you to understand that this is no disrespect at all. My first national level tournament was last year at Seminole, where I say met because we spoke, me and Jeff, and he was there with someone else because it was a tandem trailer. You were there with someone else. I don't remember who it was, but it was a Seminole last year. You were there with someone else, and I remember thinking, that was my first national level kayak trail at all. I knew nothing really about big people in kayak fishing, and I saw this guy at the same ramp I was going out at, and he had like wrapped trailer, wrapped boat,
the whole
wrapped vehicle, and I was like, "Damn, ain't no kayak bass fishing was here." I didn't know it was there.
Aisha rolls up, and you feel like you're fishing against.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and I saw Aisha, Jeff Isham. I saw the dreads, and I was like, "Damn, that's in my mind." I was like, "Hey, that's the first white boy I've ever seen with dreads before." In my mind, I'm just being real. I hope you don't take it a bad way, bro. I'm just being real. And real talk. I was like, that's the first white boy I ever seen with dreads, man. We spoke. I was like, dude, cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? He put in, I put in. We went and we went our own ways and whatnot. And I actually finished pretty well at that tournament. But after that, I realized all these people that I met that I had no clue who they were big names in like kayak fishing. And I was like, hey, the dude with the dreads was cool as hell. He's probably the one I liked the most out of everybody who I met. The dude was cool as shit. And then I realized, that's Jeff Isham. I was like, oh, okay. Jeff Isham, that's a real name in kayak fishing. Jeff Isham. You're going to understand who the fuck Robert Brown. I did it twice now.
You did it again, man.
I did it again. It's time for me to go to bed, I guess. I was like, he's gonna fudge understand who Robert Brown is, but I had mad respect.
I've been doing
dude.
good. I've been doing good.
You've been doing very good, and I just messed up twice in the same night.
Tonight, terrible.
And Todd's
you've been messing up worse than B-Dub down there.
Man, tell me about it. Hey, yeah, B-Dub messed up the most with everything you've been doing, Mrs. B-Dub.
Yeah.
No, man. I roll up at the ramp with dreadlocks and everybody. Oh man, look at this long-haired hippie. He can't fish.
I didn't think that at all, but I was like, that's the first white boy I ever seen with dreads though in person, other than Jack Black on what is it? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, other than that, I was like,
that was honestly one of the first things when I met Jeff on the water was like, I mean, I saw the dreads and I saw the wrap boat and whatever, and I was like, all right, this dude's one of my people, you know, like he's a little more laid back, a little. I mean, I don't know. You can kind of rat hole kayak fishing into one certain demographic or whatever, you know. But you know, I got tattoos on my knuckles. I got sleeves. I got, you know, like. When you meet a few people out on the water and you're kind of like, all right, this dude's one of the homies, you know, it's like, and then you get to know Jeff and like you look into his background and like he's doing things like just freehand painting, you know, these dope pinstripes on like old classic cars and bikes and like this just truly artistic. You kind of start to realize that the man's like the bodhisattva of the fishing world, you know, like he's just out there doing his thing and he's crushing at life. He's crushing at working for himself, at being his own business. The cool project of the day is always something that if you guys are not following Mr. Jeff on Instagram and all that, you're missing
You
out.
should be. You should be. Yeah.
More cool cars, cool bikes, and like that's like my wheelhouse. That's things that I love is building, custom vehicles, and I build custom boats. It's like one of my biggest dreams in life is working on something with Jeff. So you watch this guy from the ramp to the water, and it's like you watch him on the water.
Yeah.
It's remarkable, and just like you have this relationship with the lake, you have this relationship with the water, you have this relationship with other anglers that most anglers don't have, because you're just one of the coolest people. And this, I know this has got to be kind of weird when people tell you stuff like this, but it's like you're just like one of the coolest people that people will ever meet in fishing.
Exactly, man.
Speaks volumes
100.
to you as a
100.
human.
Come from dude, I had no clue who Jeff Isham was when I met him. No clue who Jeff Isham was.
In the middle of the lake at lunchtime, in the wind, and it was shitty. It's like you're just like one of those dudes.
My thoughts were this dude got a lot of money. He got wrapped everything in matches. He got bread, but he a cool dude. That was my thoughts when I met him. He a cool dude.
Okay, can I put my disclaimer out there?
Yeah,
that was not my truck. That was not my trailer. I roll up to the ramp in a 20-year-old Tundra.
You got the old Tundra, but see, I love the Tundra. Like that's the truck that I know when I think of I think of the Tundra.
Yeah,
and I remember, dude. Like, here's how well Jeff's known by people. Okay, it was the throwdown of last year. Robert had built me. This is before I was on Dobbins. Robert had built me, I'm going to call it a curtiless rod. That's what I'm going to call it, just because.
Fair enough.
So Robert had built me this handmade, just super dope curtiless rod. Okay. I knew Jeff's truck. And so Jeff and Slim and all them are kind of down closer to Robert than I was. And I was like, man, I have no way to really get down there. It's a far drive for me. And Robert was like, "Oh man, I'll throw it in the truck with one of the homies, and we'll send it up to you at throwdown." So I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." So I hit up Jeff, and Jeff was like, "Yeah, I'm coming. I'll grab your rod." So he went out there. They were like teasing me with pictures on Facebook with it and whatever. So I happened to we were going to like the first night like hangout, and I'm walking down the steps. I had this like second floor metal building room in this mosquito infested hell on Lake Buchanan, which is like the craziest lake you've ever fished. But I walked down the steps and I'm like, oh snap, man, that's Jeff's truck right there. And I just happened to look and like I glanced at the edge of it, and there was this brand new curtiless rod with a piece of blue tape on it that said Lance McWhorter on it. And like I just sat and I just literally cued in on it and saw it. And I was like, oh shit, that's my rod right there. I'm like, I'm just gonna grab it and throw it in my room so nobody steals it, right? So I picked up the rod out of the corner of his truck and I sent him a message on Facebook. Hey, I got my rod. Like, but by the time that he read the message, like 20 people had already told him, hey man, there's some creepy old bearded dude like lurching around your truck, like finger banging stuff on your truck, And so it's like that's how well respected he was. Is that somebody in the middle of the darkness, in the middle of wherever we were, Lake Buchanan land, was like dialed in enough to start blowing his phone up because he just sent me a text and was like, "Was that you?" I think what you said was that you?
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's wild, man. But I mean, you're so ingrained in the Texas scene, like to take it to this like national team level. It's got to be kind of a thing. Like, did you guys line it up to where, like, how did they approach you from the teams? Like who's the captain? Who's the owner? What did they do to bring you into KFL?
The owner is Mark Coates, and fished several events. There are same events that Mark has fished. We've hung out together at some of the events, and so he asked me about fishing it, and I had heard people talking about it, and actually didn't even really think that much about joining it. Just I lead a pretty busy life, so I thought it was interesting, and I kept up with it a little bit, and then Marcus, reached out and asked me, if I'd consider joining I think then there was only one Texas team. Asked if I would join the Texas team, and so I talked to him a little bit about it, and I asked him like a timeline and stuff on it, and like I had mentioned before, my main concern was I'm committed to fishing, Southeast Texas. That's my home trail, so I just wanted to
What a great
make sure we
trail.
were clear that it and there's I don't know if I know Lance does, but the guys that fish that trail, there's some pretty heavy hitters in there as well.
Absolutely, man. That's the bar for trails. You guys have to realize that in Texas, we lovingly refer to Southeast Texas Kayak Bass League as the alphabet crew. And they are, Chris Morales and Chris Delgado and Jeff Isham and all the guys that I know that fish down there, Tim Rodman and Steven, and there's just such a grip of so crazily talented anglers that fish with the alphabet crew. When we started up our own Northeast counterpart to Southeast, like we're kind of the alphabet crew to the north with Northeast Texas Kayak Bass League, and it was based very much of when we started it, it was based very much on how you guys are with Southeast Texas. It's such just a fluid, cool, great trail. You guys really set the standard in the nation for what kayak trails should be like.
And like I said, there's some absolute hammers in that. But the thing that I think I'm most proud about that group is, it's a tight knit group, and we all get along. We all hang out together. We all fish together. We go out during the tournament and battle against each other. But at the end of the day, we're still buddies. We still hang out. We still drink a beer together. We sit around and eat Slims cooking, and it's a good time. I don't know that I've ever been part of that big of a group that has, gotten along that well. And usually there's some kind of drama or something in there, but it's just you
guys remarkably avoid all that. It's like I'm just never
how. I guess in the back of my mind, I'm always scared that something's going to happen, but it's just, just a great group of guys. I don't know how to explain it. It's just,
I think it's just literally just building it like that. And like I said, that's like how we modeled Northeast Texas is we just started it. We said no drama, and we enforce no drama. Like you start drama, you're gone. Like that's it. You're done. But you guys don't even need to do that. It's such a crazy cool bunch of just great anglers and great trails, great lakes. It's when you start cherry picking anglers out of that, my biggest thing was like, how do you not pick this guy or that guy or this guy or that guy? It's like, how did it feel to be like the guy that got plucked out of that bunch? Like you've been doing this, 6 years or so. It's like, and all of a sudden this national league comes along and goes, we're picking you. Like what do you see when you look in the mirror and go, this is why they picked me? Like what kind of teachable moment could you take to somebody that's a budding angler and go, this is why they picked me?
I think, and one thing that anytime fishing comes up and people want to know, how have you, I don't know if I consider myself a huge success in fishing, but I think one thing that I always tell everybody and is that to me, fishing is 80% mental. you got to go out there. You got to be confident in what you're doing. You got to go out there and know that you're going to catch fish. And all that comes from time on the water. And that's what these guys say, sometimes, somebody will ask me, how'd you get to, where you are doing this? And, it was time on the water. It's, like I said, I've fished from a really young age. I definitely have what I consider like my wheelhouse and my strong suit. But I'll also step outside that comfort zone. And that's one thing I really tried to start working on. I still have never thrown a drop shot, but I'm starting to.
I haven't either.
So, but yeah, I seriously, the mental thing to me is huge. And that's what I tell everybody. And I'm not going to say that I'm perfect at it all the time. I mean, I'll get out there and I'll get spun out in my head.
Yeah.
And when I catch myself doing it, I've got, not like a little routine, but I'll consciously think, okay, you need to slow down your, because you fish differently. I was talking to, actually with Slim the other day, we're talking about, you and I are the same age. I'm sure you know who Zig Ziglar is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so one of his sayings he used to say was, nobody smells worse than a desperate salesman. And,
absolutely. Yeah.
So, when you go out there and you're getting in your head and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? You fish differently. So, and I've done that before too. I actually at the Hobie event on Rayburn. I went out there and I'd heard all these guys pre-fishing, and I'd actually gone out there and pre-fished a couple weeks before, or not a couple weeks, whatever.
It was right before you guys came up to our trail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were down at Rayburn like the day before.
And so, but I heard everybody, you got to flip bushes. You got to flip bushes. I hate flipping bushes. But, I listened to the doc talk, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I went out there and flipped bushes day one, and I caught fish, nothing good. I lost a lot of fish, which, got in my head, and I was so far out of it on day one that there was no way I could come back and, get a check. And so I decided I'm going to go do what I love doing. And, what I'm confident in, my wheelhouse. And I killed it on day two, ended up catching big bass for the tournament. But I will, when I find myself spinning out, especially if it's a 1-day tournament, I'll stop, and I've got like a little hype playlist I've got on my phone. I'll plug in headphones and, settle myself down, get my mind right. And, I think that's the biggest thing. Like I said, I tell everybody that.
Right.
So you can't blip out. You're the interviewer here.
Oh no, I'm here. I got you. I can hear you the whole time.
Okay. Yeah. So, but as far as the KFL, like I said, I kept up with it, and when they actually asked me to be on it, at first I was kind of like, are you sure you want me on this team? But after talking about it, and I was excited about it, and I feel like we've got a really well-rounded team.
I agree.
We've got guys that have, like I said, I'm not as familiar with these guys as I am some of the others, but as I get to know them better, everybody's got their strong suit, and it seems like everybody has a different strong suit. So I think we're really well-rounded, and I'm excited to get out there and actually fish with these guys. I've been following them and watch what they're doing and stuff, but like I said, I haven't actually been able to go out and fish a KFL event yet. So this will be my first one, and I'm stoked.
Well, and I think that, to be honest with you, I think that this is the perfect venue for the team to debut you on the starting lineup. It's I honestly think that Caney is going to be one of those lakes that is just, I think that's right in the Isham right in the wheelhouse of you, and I think that that's going to be one of those lakes that you just roll in, and I just think it's one of those that's going to be one of those obvious spots for you to cruise in and dominate at. If you get a decent half day of practice, I know you said you had to do a little work stop on the way up there. But
But I mean, you probably get a little bit of water time at the tail end of the day. Like what are you thinking without giving away your whole plan? Like, what's your thought process when you're rolling up to a lake that you've maybe had a little bit of experience on, but not a lot? It's definitely not a home lake, being that far north.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
what's your plan?
so this kind of goes back to the team thing. It actually, believe it or not, it takes a little bit of the pressure off because, like I said, we have the people that are, they have different strong suits, so we can, concentrate in different areas. Plus the communication. I mean, if somebody really gets on them, we'll know it and we can adjust on,
That's the nice part of the KFL.
Yeah.
I would have to think. I've never fished a KFL event, but I can imagine that like the electronic communication aspect of it has to be fantastic.
Yeah. But I mean, anytime, I'm sure I'm no different than anybody else in this aspect, but anytime that I can find something on there that, is my comfort zone, I mean, I'm going to fish that, and I'm pretty sure I can find that here this weekend.
Yeah. Man, I would love to be a fly on the kayak as soon as you hit that water. That's it just seems to me like you're one of the dudes that just really slides into a body of water and just instantly picks it apart and just like really just gets a great feeling for the lake. It's just like kind of like one of your strong points, It's you always seem at home no matter where you're at.
Yeah. And it was actually pretty recently that I guess I've kind of known this, but I was actually able to put a finger on this and kind of pinpoint one of the big draws of fishing for me is, like I said, I have a really busy life. I love my life. It's fun. I get to do a lot of fun things, work on cool stuff, but it's pretty hectic. And being self-employed, I was
just going to say a lot of people don't realize what it's like to work for yourself.
They call out Instagram and they're like, "Oh, Lance just sits around and makes this fancy food," and they don't realize, all the IRS letters and
the taxes, and the payroll and the paperwork and
So, but being on the water is, I always feel like when I'm working, especially being self-employed. And I work out of a truck, so I'm mobile, but it's I basically work from home. I do vinyl work too, and I have plotters and stuff here. And it's hard to draw that line. Some people, when they punch that clock, they're done. They can't work anymore.
Right.
I can always be doing something.
I'm always working too.
As a self-employed mindset, I always think I need to be doing this. I need to be doing this. But fishing for me is, I wouldn't say the one place, but it's definitely one of the very few places where I can actually be completely focused on what I'm doing. Nothing else matters when I'm out there. I don't think about the IRS. I don't think about cars. I don't think about motorcycles. I'm
tax man. Nobody.
I'm in the zone. And I'm focused and I'm fishing, and I love that about it. That's one of my favorite things about it. I can kind of tune everything else out and
now
enjoy what I'm doing.
Do you reserve fishing as that escape, or do you think that one day we're going to see Jeff Isham professional kayak angler? Because that's kind of like where I find my thing as I go, man, we're right there to where kayak fishing is on the verge of being something that is a professional opportunity. Wow. Like the advertising dollars are there, the prize winnings are there. It's right on the cusp of being something that is just on the mainstream edge of being a viable profession, so to speak, to be Dr. Evil. Yeah. Are we going to see Jeff Isham professional kayak angler?
I would love that. I would love to be able to. I guess my almost dream would be, I have a motor home. I'd drive around the country and fish and pinstripe cars.
Right. I'll wire them up, like you stripe them, I'll wire them, we're good. That's what we need to do. We need to do like the Mutt and Jeff show, just dialing up custom cars and boats and kayaks everywhere we go,
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, I do think so. I mean, and I know when somebody says, a professional angler, I know what they picture. That's somebody that, that's what they do for a living. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people don't realize. I mean, a lot of these guys, even in the boat world, I mean, they still have jobs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, technically, if professional anything is, do you get paid for it? If you get paid for doing it, you're a professional. I mean, I get 1099 on tournaments. I pay taxes to the IRS.
Yep.
On my tournament winnings, and so I mean, by that definition, I guess, I am a professional. But I know it's not what people,
But it's growing from that level now. It's it's. I mean, we're definitely registering winnings and doing all that stuff. But I mean, it's like I mean that question is like being a viable profession. Like one to where you can actually go out and make a really good living. Like say like the Bassmaster Elite guys or the FLW or the MLF guys.
Right.
And I think we're honestly thanks to the Possum King. Who Mark Pendergraph, who was the first one to cross the Bassmaster stage this year in the kayak series, which you were a part of. I think that we're like year one. I think that that 2021 post COVID, post craziness, like I think that this was year one, so I think that honestly the sport as a whole,
and I think people, I mean, they're waking up to it. I mean, it's hard to ignore something that's growing that fast. I mean, if you're in the fishing industry, I mean, about kayak anglers, but it's growing too fast for you not to notice. And like it or hate it. I know there's guys that say, "Oh, I don't want to be a corporate sellout or whatever," but I mean, to get it to that level, there has to be sponsorship, and it's
right.
It's getting there. I mean, I'm very thankful for all the people that support it. And kind of a weird deal. I mean, I didn't even know really who Brian was. I didn't know he owned Ray's sunglasses, but I actually did.
Oh yeah,
just because I know they support kayak fishing, so I'm gonna support the people that support what I love doing.
Absolutely.
And, as there's more and more people like that, it's. I feel like we're, it's like the big bomb that's going off, and we're just now seeing the start of it, and it's just going to grow and grow and multiply. I mean, it's got to. I mean, it's relatively cheap to get into. I know when we really get into spending
I was going to be
a lot of money, but I mean, the first time I went, I mean. The kayak I was fishing, I was gifted to me, but I could have everything I had in that kayak when I fished my first tournament was, I probably could have done it for, $400 or $500 maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, I think of my first rig, like my PB rig, a Pescador, and like I think it was a like an Abu Silver Max, like Walmart combo with like the mono that came on it.
Right.
Like a bag of like Zoom trick worms, like watermelon red trick worms.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I think I built the whole boat, the PFD, the fishing gear, a tackle box, like an anchor and some stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely $800-900 or less, like you can get in there and you can do it. And I think that it goes without saying that once you start fishing like locally, regionally, like we've all been to those tournaments. I don't know if you fished. I know I did. Last season on East Texas on Merval was which is a great little hidden gem of a lake in East Texas. But I know we all went out there and we got our asses kicked by it was like this old dude in a Pelican that had never fished anything, and he had like a spinning rod with like I don't know, like a bubblegum trick worm, and like he just sat there and worked bushes all day long, and he just beat the pants off everybody, man. So that's to me, that's kind of like the beauty of kayak.
Yeah. I think you froze. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes back to
Fishing
what I
is it slow?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you cut out there. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. I can hear you.
All right. Okay. Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier about, just fishing what you're comfortable doing and getting that initial time on the water. I mean, the guy you're talking about, I mean, who knows how many years, he's had on the water.
Totally. You've been fishing forever.
Yeah. And if you know an area like that and I'm sure there's probably some people thinking, oh, this old man over there throwing a pink worm. What the heck are you doing? And he's stomping you. That's what he's doing.
For real, he's taking your money. Or as like Ryan Lambert would say, though, like he's taking your lunch money, man. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah. So and that's what I love about it. And it also, the kayak community. I mean, there's, we all know there's drama in there. I mean, we can't figure anything out, but it does, for the most part, remind me of, when I was a kid, that's what I loved about, we'd go to the lake and, everybody would wave at everybody on the water because we were all out there enjoying the same thing. That was our common bond. And I still feel like for the most part, that's how it is in kayak fishing. And also, I do think that, I mean, it sounds pretty obvious when you break it down, but I think you find what you're looking for. If you're going to find the good in people or the good in kayak fishing, that's, if that's what you're looking for, you're going to find it. If you're looking for the bad, you're going to find that too.
Or at the very, exactly. Or I was going to say, or at the very least, what you put out there. Like it's, if you put out good energy will follow you back in the kayak world. It's
right. And in life in general, I mean,
for real.
Yeah. So
what would you say to, I mean, and I think of this, like when I ask this question, it's like, I still picture me and you like paddling next together in the wind-blown, Houston County last year.
Probably stumps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I wrecked my drive
on
that lake last year. It's like, I literally paddled my ass back in on Houston County because I wrecked my drive. But what would you say to somebody that's just getting going and wants to make a run at this and wants to wind up being, that ringer that gets picked in the KFL? Because I know you don't see yourself as the ringer, but I see you as the ringer. I see you as like this guy that is like, oh my God, they got Isham, like, oh dude, like when they were picking teams and like, I wanted to be in the KFL. I wanted to start a team. I wanted my restaurant to sponsor a team and like just go out there and do it. And I was like, I'm not ready, man. Like I'm just not there. I need a couple more years or at least another year, whatever. But what would you say to that angler who's just getting started and is watching us on the Pride Network or on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and is just hanging on every thread that is the kayak tournament world right now? They want to be Jeff Isham when they grow up. What do you tell them?
Man, that's a lot of pressure.
I know it's deep. But it's well, I'm here to ask the hard questions.
I mean, I just think about how, I mean, I don't want to discount it by saying how much easier it is now, but like, man, when I was a kid, I mean, I probably, my mom will be mad at me for telling this story, but I mean, I was the kid, I would get Bassmaster magazine and I would skip church and sit out there in the station wagon and read Bassmaster magazine. But I mean, think about how hard information used to be for us to get.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you had to wait for that to come.
Magazine was everything. Yeah.
And you could get up on Saturday morning and watch some fishing shows, but I mean, that was about it. Other than that, I mean, you had to be out there fishing to learn how to do it. And I mean, today I would just tell them, just be a sponge. I mean, YouTube and, there's still, print magazines or whatever but I mean, just think about how much you can learn on YouTube, sitting in your living room or
I couldn't even imagine being 12 years old and having access to YouTube.
Gosh, that's a whole nother story, but man, it's just, I mean, be a sponge and just get out there and do it. I mean, there's, I mean, I guess you and I, as entrepreneurs, we've always, we're kind of, I don't know. I do. I like kind of like to fly solo, and
Mhm.
you know, I just I'm not saying I don't like people or anything like that, but I mean, I don't need somebody to go with me to go do something. Like when I fished my first kayak, I knew absolutely nobody
Yeah,
that fished out of
same.
a kayak.
Yeah,
But I mean,
I met you guys day one. That was like
that's awesome.
I waved at people.
Yeah. That's cool. But I mean, just get out there and do it. I mean, take that first step, and I mean, that first step is always the hardest. I mean,
Yeah.
that old saying, a trip of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, or whatever. I mean, I mean, just get out there and find people that you mesh with and that you get along with, and trade stories, trade information. I mean, I have people tell me, oh, you're telling them too much, quit telling them this and telling them that. But I mean, I love seeing people go out there. I love seeing people have fun. I love seeing people catch fish. I mean, I'm the guy, if you want to come, fish right next to me in the tournament, I don't care. I want you to be out there and experience the joy that I get out of it. Just, that first step is, the hardest. And once you do that, I know there's guys that come in and out of it. I mean, I was just almost obsessed with it from the first time I fished out of a kayak.
It does that to you.
Yeah.
Like I honestly think that if you're really designed to be in this world, that the first time that you get into it, it will, forgive the fishing pun, but it will hook you.
Oh yeah.
Badly.
Yeah. And I like last year I fished the Texas Team Trail, big boat trail, and
I remember you doing glitter boats last year. Yeah.
And I love doing that, but I mean, I fish different in a kayak. I think I'm a better angler in a kayak.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to commit.
Yeah. So, and I've learned a lot when fishing boat stuff. Obviously it's nice to be able to cover a lot of water, but and that kind of goes back to it with the team thing too. I mean, my partner Scott Burns, when we were fishing that trail, he fishes different than I do. I fish different than he does. I've hardly ever fished a Carolina rig until I started fishing with him. So, just expose yourself to people that are doing it. Watch what they do. You'll always have what you're comfortable with. But there's so many people that are out there willing to help. Don't be afraid to ask. If somebody's weird about it, they weren't the person for you. There's plenty of people out there that are more than willing to go out of their way to help you.
Well, I think that it's one of those things that like trickles down. I think of you, like you saying that right now, and then I think of if you teach people that way, if you teach people to be open, and you teach people to be just very upfront and honest about how they fish, how they work in tournaments. I think of meeting you on the water and you being very open and just friendly about fishing. It wasn't like, screw you guy. Like, we're fishing for money here, and then right up the road, I meet somebody like Chris Delgado, Texas Slim. For those of you who don't know, who are slipping in the world, you need to follow that guy for sure. He was the next guy that I ran into on that lake, who's a very good friend of yours, who is somebody that I feel like shares your same outlook in the fishing world. And Chris and I met on the next windblown point where he was, I don't know, I think he was flipping like that crazy spider thing.
Oh yeah.
And he actually caught one.
Oh, yeah,
he actually caught one on it. And it was right about the time that I met him, and since then, I mean, I've met you guys a dozen times on the trails here in Texas. But, and then I think of, last year on Rayburn for, like ETX. It was like running into you and we're fishing this spot and you threw me some little nugget of wisdom and I caught like just a super killer fish that like I was in the lead for big bass for a minute before, Dwayne Taft just crushed all my hopes and dreams like he so often does to everybody. But then I round the corner and I go fish my thing. I think I ran into you a little bit on the water at Rayburn, rounded a corner, the weather was rolling in. And then I meet another one of your good friends, and Jamie Batten, who's very much of the school of Jeff Isham, and like Jamie Batten and I are floating this little channel together and talking about how you would skip wacky worms up into the bushes, and he and I are floating next to each other. I mean, the hurricane was like making landfall, and Jamie Batten and I are just floating down this little thing talking about Jeff Isham, like flicking wacky worms in the bushes. It's I think, and my point being, very long story short, is that you have this effect on people that fish around you that turns it into very much, of a learning environment. And you're open with it. And I just personally feel that more people, like, I want a sticker on my boat that says "Be like Jeff Isham."
Oh God.
I mean, it's just being very open. You know what I mean? It's like just being very cool. And I think that the fishing world needs more of that. And that's and I'm not really going to put a sticker on my boat that says "Be like Jeff Isham," but it's like, I just mean, be more like that, like put that energy out. And I think that all your answers throughout this entire interview have kind of cemented that, like, be the angler that you want to be to everybody that you meet. Is that's just kind of you. I mean, it's
I mean, that's just how you should do life, I think. I mean,
yeah,
whether you're fishing or working, or you get what you, like you said, what you put out there comes back to you. Now, I mean, I'm saying you should do it in a selfish way, but I mean, treat people the way you'd like to be treated.
Yeah. You'd think you wouldn't think it'd be just that simple, would you?
I mean, it really is. We make it complicated.
Yeah. Oh, and I think that, we were all kind of nodding into the drama that exists around the kayak world, or any other world, or the car world, or whatever. We're humans. We inherently screw up everything that we come into contact with.
Absolutely.
Whether it be, fishing or cars or whatever project we're trying to screw up this week. Be good people, have fun.
Yeah.
Do all the good things, it's it should be that simple. And I just thank you as one of those people whose world you have directly made a little bit easier just by being just a generally cool dude, so, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. Got a couple of more minutes left. So
yeah, I was going to say, I appreciate that. I mean, that to me means more than, the trophies, the awards. I mean, that's in the end, people are going to remember the kind of person you were. They're not going to remember the trophy you got or the award you got.
True story.
So I appreciate that. I mean, that's always the goal, to be that type of person. And it makes me uncomfortable to sit here and listen to you say it, but it makes me feel good that I'm doing something right. So I appreciate it.
Because you are, like, you are that guy on the water. So if you're ever having a rough day, or you're ever having a hard time fishing, or you're ever just kind of generally tired of being on the water, just remember that the things that you do make a difference.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Especially to new anglers that are kind of scared and stressed out and lost for a moment. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I've got like a minute left. So give me a shout, close it out. Sponsors, friends, thank yous.
Yeah. So if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Dreadlocks and Treble Hooks. That's pretty easy to remember. Facebook is my name. Sponsors, exotic high performance rods, exotic camo, breakline fishing.
Which is, by the way, the greatest Serape jersey that I've ever seen in my life is the one Breakline made for you.
Yeah, that kind of became my trademark accidentally.
Yeah,
I guess.
Very much so. It's so cool.
So actually, that's why I got this shirt here. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a guy holding the fish, with a little serape on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, totally.
That's pretty dope shirt. I need one of those, Jeff. I need one of those shirts.
They're cool. And now I'm feeling like I probably forgot somebody. Shout out to my girlfriend who came in and set up this background. She thought I needed to have some
It's pretty dope.
hardware behind me. So a lot of that is usually back there, but the trophies and the plaques are usually not. But,
very cool.
So
love it, man.
And just, I mean, all my friends and family that put up with me, you know, being gone every weekend. I mean, somebody asked me the other day, I think I fish probably 40 weekends a year. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm probably tough to be around and, you know, with
you said 40 weekends a year?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, dude, yeah. Just everywhere.
I mean, there were 52
I feel
weeks in a year?
thankful for the 5 or 6 I get to fish with you every year. Yeah.
What are there, 52 weeks in a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
probably
you
me.
I know you got to give a shout out to your road wife, Texas Slim.
Yeah, he can make sure I'm well fed and you know, he's a good guy. We have a lot of fun together out there.
Yeah, amazing guy.
He can cook and I can eat, so we're like the perfect pair out there.
So where are we going to see you next outside of KFL?
Oh, shoot. So anybody that knows me knows that I'm a complete mess when it comes to scheduling. But I do about 10 feet away from me. I have a huge year in a glance calendar hanging on my refrigerator with all my tournaments. Man, I'm trying to think of what actually is coming up. I don't know. I know we do have. So we have the Southeast Texas Classic. I think there's actually a couple of KFLs coming up before most anything else, but we have our Southeast Texas Classic coming up. That's a 2-day. One is on Athens.
Event.
One is on Palestine, which is where I learned how to fish. So I'm excited about that one.
I was just on Palestine the other day with John Mooney, and we were wrecking the fat girls the other day. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I know where you were.
You might.
I bet I do.
You might. I know you saw my pictures, so you probably do. That's pretty. If you know that lake, it's a small lake for how big it is.
Yeah.
But man, yeah. I mean, I hope to see you. I mean, we've got the KBF National Championships in Texas this year, so that's probably gonna be one we'll run into each other on.
Caddo, that's actually the lake I qualified to fish that championship on.
You've qualified to fish Caddo on Caddo. And I mean, Caddo is an amazing lake.
Yeah.
We've got the Texas Throwdown coming on. So any of you KFL fans that have fished a trail event in Texas and you want to fish the Texas Throwdown, which is a conglomeration of all the Texas trails, which this year I believe is going to be on Belton, which is going to be a good lake. Smalley is in the bunch.
So my understanding is we can actually fish Belton or Steelhouse, I think.
Yes. Yeah, there is. Yeah, they did. They added in the second one.
I've never been on Steelhouse. I've always wanted to fish it. So
yeah, I've never fished that one. Belton has been one that's been pretty cool. But yeah, I've never fished that one. So I mean, we're gonna see you around, man. It's thank you so much for being on here. It's been awesome.
If anybody doesn't, I mean, I'm horrible with names, but I remember people and faces. But I mean, if you see me out there, say hello. If you got a question, ask it. Like I said, I'm pretty much open book. So
yeah,
I'm happy to help anybody that that's willing to reach out. Message me on Facebook, whatever.
I can vouch for that. Like that's as a fairly newbie tournament angler, that's one of the faces. That guy, that's one of the faces that will help you. That will be just kind of a really great source of information from everything from how to register, where to go.
What face? My face?
Not your face. That face. The
Jeff's face.
Jeff's face. Exactly. Jeff's face.
Right there.
Over there. Like that's you. From here.
That's not me. That's a fake guy in your background.
Always hating, man.
You talking about that face with the
Yeah,
dreads
exactly.
and
That,
everything?
that face,
Yeah,
man. Great dude, man. Great dude.
Thank you.
But yeah, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being patient while we work through all our picks. And
I
we're
apologize.
learning how to do this whole KFL thing, and
Yeah.
it's so new to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And it's partly my fault, Jeff. So you can blame me. You can blame me. I'm okay with it. I can take that heat.
I'm still not blaming you because you picked my team. I'm blaming it on Lance.
Oh, that's I picked you for the MVP though. So
you can blame me, bro. Like, one thing I'll say is that Greg gave me pretty much blanket control over this KFL tonight and what we do, what me and D-Day do. And I told D-Day, it's me and you and then everyone else. So, the fact that it took so long, blame me, bro. Blame me.
It's all good.
Blame me. I'm okay with it.
I had to drink a couple more beers than I had intended, but it's all good.
Yeah, I was drinking and I was talking too much shit, and we was doing all the pick'em show and blah 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 blah. I can make all the excuses I wanted. There ain't no excuse. It's my fault.
No worries, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's my fault. I look forward to see what you're gonna do this weekend. I really do. I really do.
Go for y'all. I think y'all are gonna enjoy watching this one.
Yeah.
I will be there.
Be the best game of the week. So
I will be there.
Not a doubt.
Yeah, I'll be there. No, actually, I won't be there at all because I'll be on the water.
I'll be there.
Yeah, it'll be Lance. Lance will be covering it. The guy who didn't pick you, bro. The guy who didn't pick you is gonna be covering it.
I picked you.
I don't mind being the underdog.
Yeah, let's see. There you go. I was just trying to motivate you. That keep you from slipping a little bit. So get you one of those like Dakota Lithium power boxes and like strap a phone to the top of it, and just be ready to go live. Because when I'm on the air, I'm gonna be tapping you guys and sending them links, and it's gonna be live.
That's gonna be different.
It's gonna be live. I like that. I like what you did just there.
It's cool, man. But that's one of those things that I like to tell people because when I was fishing the KBBT brackets, it's you start thinking of power, man, and the phone and the live aspect of it. Think of the little power box. Think of the good night, Steven. The think of the battery powered, the phone, all that, like, because I'm gonna have you on live. Come lunchtime, we're gonna be fishing together.
All right, I'm looking forward
man.
to it.
All right, Jeff, man, I look forward to see what you do this weekend, bro.
All right, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
We're gonna have you on again. Trust me.
Thank you. All right. See y'all later.
All right,
Later,
man.
My
man.
man.
That was Jeff the man Isham.
I know the guy, so it's like I'm eternally impressed by that human being. Just a great dude.
I told him the same thing I told you. I met him once, and that was at Seminole last year.
You remember?
I remembered it. Yeah, I did. And that was before I knew who Jeff Isham was.
Yeah. He's an absolutely incredible person, incredible angler, and an incredible asset to that team. And even though I did not pick them to win, I still pick Isham for the big bass. I still pick him for probably the most event. He very well may carry that team on his shoulders.
When I met him, dude, I was backing up to put in the same ramp in a Dodge Ram with my kayak in the bed of the truck. No trailer, no wrapped.
That's how he usually rolls too. Usually he rolls in the bed.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, dude with the dreads got some nice stuff going on." He was like, "What's going on, man? How you doing?" I was like, "What's good, bro? Hey, yeah, you know something about this?" It's like, "Nah, I ain't fished here in this spot before," and I was like, "I don't believe you at all."
Well, one of the things that I learned very early on in life was never, ever, ever trust a white dude with dreads.
Hey, Adam, I'm gonna put this up here. What Adam said. Adam said new record time.
New
technically,
record time. I don't think so.
Adam is technically new record time, and it's only because we continued the last post. And we just kept
like
going.
that wasn't us though. That was like, like me and the Jig Master, like we were strapped into the Boss Man. Like the Boss Man kind of took our show for a little bit. Like we were supposed to start at 7.
That's the only reason it's record time, bro. Because
but like
it would have been we killed it
show for like an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah. We would have killed it, and we would have went back and got Jeff and made him his own thing. It wouldn't have been 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Picks. I think we need to move the picks.
No, we
need to
move
the picks. Like Thursday night, this is our show.
We'll move the picks.
Like,
we'll move the picks. Don't you call me boss man, goddammit.
No, I'm talking to boss man.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Whatever. You need to talk to him. We'll move the picks.
Do the picks another time.
We'll do the picks a different time other than Thursday night at 8 p.m.
Thursday night's our slot.
Thursday nights is KFL Tonight, and we do what we got to do. So we will no longer do the picks Thursday nights at 8 p.m. We did 8 p.m. We'll no longer do them Thursday nights, period. We'll do the picks probably on Wednesday or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Friday, I don't know.
We'll put that out once me and this guy
on our show.
Yeah, once me and this guy,
we're in the picks and everything, and I'm sitting there going, man, this is some bullshit. Like we're up in this is me and Master's show right now.
Yeah. Once me and this guy talk, we'll talk about when we're gonna do the picks for KFL, and we'll put that out.
Our own picks.
We'll put that out for everyone else to understand when we do the Pick'em show. But no longer will the Pick'em show happen on Thursday night because Thursday nights is KFL Tonight, and that's when we do what we want to do.
I love
you see his face? You see his face right now? His face is not happy.
I mean,
he's a happy face because he's okay with where the stuff went. But his face is saying that we're going to fix this shit.
My face is like, we saved it. Like, we did good. We pulled through. We were fluid.
Nah, we didn't save it. You saved
had a really cool guest that was like down to hang out.
You saved this. You. D-Day saved this, people. D-Day. It was all D-Day. Jigmaster ain't had nothing to do.
I don't know. I always tell people that if you ever in a really tough time and you look over and you see me, and I'm like the one thing that is helping you cling to reality at that moment. I'm the one thing that you have. I'm that voice of reason. Man, you up. You know, it's like
shit. Y'all saw what he just did?
Right in there?
That was some gangster shit.
Yeah.
He got man, I gotta step my game up.
I got tools now, right?
I gotta step my game up. He got tools and shit. I gotta step my game
little
up.
buttons and stuff. Man, look at this thing. Look at that. I got claps.
Oh, shiznit. The shiznit.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Members of the jury.
Appreciate you, Adam Patron. Yeah, go catch you some Rhode Island bass, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all. There's 7 people still here, bro. 7
I know they've been going all night long. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about me and you and the internet and like, I don't know. B-Dub's super tolerant wife, like everybody. I mean, I don't know what is going on. I don't get it.
I gotta go to bed.
Had a great night.
I'm pretty lit right now.
I mean, I'm not sober.
Yeah, I'm pretty lit right now. I'm pretty litty right now.
Hey. I'm about to get more lit, and I'm about to go hang out with my supremely hot wife.
Hey, tell your supremely hot wife I said Jigmaster says hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
and she can still cook better barbecue than you can.
Hey, well, that's probably true, actually. But you don't need to be saying stuff like that because I cook really good barbecue.
I know you cook good barbecue. It's just different barbecue. That's all.
No. I know you and your wife are both pit masters who have done competitions. Now, I'm just saying, don't be letting everybody know that both of you cook better than me, man. I'm just saying, I'm a legend in these areas. Don't be putting me. You know what? I love you, people. The 5 people who are still here with us. D-Day is happy that you all still here with us, and tune in to KFL Tonight.
Yeah,
next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern
at 7 Central.
8 p.m. Eastern, 7
at
Central.
7 Central.
That's going to be us. We're not going to do this combined stuff
next
no more.
next week, next Thursday at 7 Central. See how much better that sounds?
You heard him? Next Thursday at 7 Central.
8 Eastern.
And we ain't going to say Eastern no more. Next Thursday at 7 Central.
Next Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. That's 1900 for you Rebel motherfuckers. It is.
He did military time just for me.
And D-Day live.
Let's
Large in charge.
Love you guys.
KFL
Good night,
tonight.
bro. And go talk to that beautiful wife of yours.
All right. Have a great night, brother.
All right, man. I'll let y'all peoples. Love y'all.